Dude,
make sure. We flip sides again.
You have no time. Can you flip me back? Yeah. You have no time on that intro. I almost made an intro today. So for those of you guys that are watching, this is a really exciting episode for me and Adley, at least.
Very.
Do you agree with me?
Totally agree, man. I'm pumped for this. Oh my gosh, dude, we're so excited. We can see her in the green room right now, our special guest, and it's just, I'm excited.
So I almost made an intro like we did last season. So for anybody who's new to us, last season we used to do these really cool intros with the 360 camera and introduce the person. I almost did it today for Vic because it's just really exciting to have Vicky Valle on. Adley, you want to talk about Vicky for a little bit?
Yeah, and it's, if you guys saw even just the little intro video we had to tease the show coming up, or even just the image, it's just like, oh my gosh, Vicky Valle. Because first of all, Vicky Valle, we've now known her since the mid 90s. So this goes back 25 plus years, 25-ish years. And Mike, I was a fan of the Morning House Party and Vicky Valle before we even got on at KOHT. So it's extra special. And it's basically to reiterate what we talked about with Paco, was like, man, I drive to my crappy telemarketing job or whatever. And, after I graduated from U of A, and I just would listen to the Morning House Party driving in, listening to these guys, and just, it was amazing. I mean, you had Paco, the guy running the board, and you had Chico, but then you had Vicky, this a white lady down with hip hop and down with the culture, and just, it was just amazing to hear. And just like and honestly, she was probably, when we'd go anywhere, it would be like, where's Vicky? You know what I mean? And you said that, they said that about all of them.
People asked us a lot where Vicky was whenever we'd go to remotes. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the three of us that'll be on the show tonight, we're all on a morning show at different times, except for Vicky was kind of the thread.
She was the constant.
Yeah. So and she was our news lady, but she was also she was just cool. One thing I was thinking about today with Vicky is there were only 3 white people who worked at that radio station, and 2 of them were awful. Like, how bad would that be if it's like your nationality and then Potato Head and Alan Herman? That's it. Those are the 2 people who are the same nationality as you.
Upper management too. They were both upper management.
Oh my gosh!
No way. They were ahead. And then Vicky was in the streets with us.
Yeah, that's true. So,
yeah, she was there.
Well, and then the next thing about Vicky, you guys, is that she didn't pretend. She didn't put on airs to pretend she was from the hood. She was a very proper Caucasian lady, which you'll see in a couple minutes, but she was just down. Like, there was never a time when Vicky wasn't one of us. And at the same time, she'd still bust balls too. The last time, there was a couple times me and Vicky had emailed about maybe 15 or 20 years ago, when Facebook first started coming out and people started getting email and we'd send back and forth. But I'd send her an email and I said, "This is how radio people are. But this story tells you how radio people are and how they talk to their friends." And I said, "Oh, I met a real nice girl," and she replied back, "Well, I sure hope it's not a midget." That's what she said. That was her reply. Yeah. So, but it's just like there's something about radio family that it's just so much fun to talk to him again and see him again. And I'm super excited to talk to Vicky. I'm super excited to hear the story about how she met the Morning House Party, how she got involved in this crazy radio life that we were in. Yeah, because she was she is now, a proper broadcaster, and still was a proper broadcaster back then, but working with us. It's like we're all so gutter, and then Vicky. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's so true. Because I mean, our lifestyle was, DJing at the club, hanging out in the hood. If we did just took a box of CDs out in the street, it wasn't to the nice neighborhoods.
Nope.
It was to the hood.
Yep.
And, it'd be the middle of the night. We'd go out at midnight. It didn't matter. And
our radio station was in the hood, dude. You make it sound like, well, we went to this beautiful establishment.
From one hood to another.
Yeah. It was dude, our radio station was so scary. Dude, think about that, man. Our radio station was so scary. And she's getting there at 5:45 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Still dark out. Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, brave woman.
Oh, wait a minute. There were 4 Caucasians. There was Alan Herman, Potato Head, Vicky, and the homeless guy behind our building, Phil. Remember that dude?
Phil the pain.
Yeah, Phil the agony.
Phil the agony.
Anyways, yeah, man, we love Vicky so much. We're so excited to have her on. We want to hear her story about the morning house party, the evolution of the morning house party, and then what she's doing today too. Like,
DJ Flava checking in.
oh my gosh,
man?
What's up, Flava? That's insane, dude. We talked about you like 6 episodes ago.
Yeah, where you
like
been, man?
Yeah. All right. Adlai, you want to bring on Vicky, man? Like, I think we've hyped her up enough. I'm so excited to talk to her. It's been 20 years since.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Vicky Valle. And look at this. This is amazing. And
I know, it's so nice.
she had other nicknames. And I feel like, well, I want to talk about the nicknames. I was gonna throw one out right now.
I got it.
Like,
no, I want to go first because I think I'm thinking the same one you are.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll say half. You say the other half. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
La Huera.
Frijolera.
That's right.
Gavin checking in too. What's up, Gavin?
La Huera Frijolera. And then I remember one day, Vicky and I were someplace like a middle school or something, and somebody came up to her and said, "What does that name mean, La Huera Frijolera?" And Vicky said, "I think it means white bean lady." And
white bean woman.
Yeah, but it's
You're darn tootin'.
it's a little more racist than that, though, Vicky.
What does it mean?
But it's not racist against Caucasian people. It's you're down. It means it's more white beaner is what it is. And
That's
once
fair.
again, only repeating the term, not using the term. As we said last episode,
When we talked about that, yes.
we've never called anyone that name or used that word. But
I'm honored. I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor, like
Of course.
Güero Canelo.
like Güero Canelo, yeah,
Yes.
of course. And
Which
dude,
means
that
like
was the
a
next
cinnamon
thing.
white guy or something.
Well,
Yes,
that's the best
yes.
part about Vicky is like she didn't even like there was never an embarrassment that her Spanish accent wasn't good. And it never got brought up. No one was ever like, "Hey, that's not how that word's pronounced." We were just like, "Okay, yeah, I'm going up the road with Tootie and Adlai," and then Vicky would say, "You're going with." Go ahead, Vic. What was that guy's name?
Duty?
Yeah, there you go. That was way better than you used to say it back in the
I
day.
think you should say Turi.
Yeah, that's exactly what she'd say.
Turi.
That's pretty good. But she'd say Turi. But none of us would say anything. Like it was like, well, you know what it was? Is that she wasn't pretending to be something that she wasn't.
Real.
hell
You know what I
no.
She was real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys
And
are
so-
sweet.
No, we're being honest, Vic.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
You weren't pretending to be something that you weren't. Because I'll tell you right now, nothing bothers your friend Sketch more than someone who pretends to be from the hood. Like, and you can ask Adlai about that. That really steams me. Really
Oh, it's
bad.
annoying. It's just, dude, be you, whoever
Yeah.
you are. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
But Vicky would be with the gangsters with us. Vicky would be like every like, my gosh, how did your parents let you do this? Like now,
Oh, they loved it.
But they
loved it.
they let you go to. Let's start it out. So you went to NYU, correct, for university?
I did. I grew up outside Chicago, the suburbs, not in the hood. And but then they let me flee and go to Manhattan. I was 17, and they were telling you bring your ID on the subway in case you get killed, and they were okay with it.
This
Yeah,
is
it was
before-
lovely.
This is when Manhattan was Manhattan too. So
This
it's not
is
this.
before
Yeah, this
Rudolph
ain't this.
Giuliani.
Yeah,
This
this
was
ain't
Okay.
just like
Okay.
what you see now. When you go now,
Dude.
you don't even know who's from Oklahoma and who's from New York because there's so many tourists in Times Square.
They're like, take your earrings off. They'll pull your earring through your earlobe if you wear gold. They were putting needles on movie theater seats with notes that you have AIDS now because you sat on the needle. It was not a good time. This was probably 87, I want to say.
There was a
my
movie.
goodness.
There's a show on HBO that talks about it called The Deuce, and it's from the 70s, but Manhattan was about the same in that time frame. So your dad, who's a federal agent, allowed you to go to NYU.
Yeah,
But that's
Graham,
kind of a
yeah.
cool thing, right? Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's like, you know what? We can't afford it anyway. And then I got in. He's like, good luck. You know? Okay. How
What was your goal going to NYU? I mean, what was
Oh,
your
God, you're
degree,
gonna
your
laugh.
major, all that stuff? What was the end game after college?
I
What
was
were
an
you trying to do?
acting major and studied with some really good people. I wanted to be on the soap operas and interned at All My Children. You guys are too young. You won't remember all this stuff.
We're the same
Yeah.
age.
No
What do you
way
mean we're
this.
too young? We're the same age.
Yeah.
We're Asian, so we look young. Stop fooling
You know
yourself.
what? You two are reverse aging. It's creepy.
Don't-
It's like Tom Brady. Are you vegan? Are you not drinking? What's
Oh,
going on here?
jeez. I ate so unhealthy. It's ridiculous.
Me
Here's
too.
the thing. Don't say that in front of my wife. My wife gets so mad when people tell me I look young. Because she's Caucasian, so she looks, like her age. And there's nothing wrong with that. She's a beautiful lady. But I look
Vicky
like
hasn't aged.
not at all.
I
That's
don't
what I
think so.
said. I think
I
she
think
looks
looks
exactly
the
Yeah, I
same.
think she looks the same.
Exactly the same.
100%
Exactly.
of age. You guys are too nice.
Okay, come on. Let's
Wait,
get back to
okay.
this.
Yeah,
so NYU, you want to be an actress. Did you study with anybody that we've heard of or like?
Well, the woman that taught me, God, trained Robert Duvall, Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando,
Oh, jeez.
Judd Nelson, Sybil Shepherd, and me.
Man, that's crazy. All right, so then after university, I'm assuming you got your bachelor's degree, correct? Or
I did. Yeah,
in theater?
I did. And then when I was about 19, I was halfway through school. I got a job at a home shopping club at the top of the Empire State Building,
right.
run
That's
by
right. Now I
a
remember.
pretty mean Iranian mamma jamma.
I feel like there's YouTube videos of you doing that out there somewhere.
Dude, this is when people don't remember. They bombed the World Trade Center in 1993. And that's when I worked at the Empire State. So we could see that smoke. They killed 6
Holy
people
cow.
that day. They were going
Wow,
for Bill
yeah.
Clinton's limo. And then, of course, they did it again. And that was the
Holy cow,
worst.
that
yeah.
is bananas.
I would
And
have
we
left
also,
in a
Vicky, we also
heartbeat.
know that was in one of Notorious B.I.G's song, "Blow Up Like the World Trade."
That's right. Yeah, you're trying to get paid. Blow up like
Christopher
the World
Wallace.
Trade.
Good point. I remember all their names, by the way. Kiss me later.
Well, don't worry, we're getting there because we keep cutting in on you. So now you graduate from university and you're working at the Home Shopping Network.
The ghetto version. It wasn't QVC.
What brings you to Tucson?
Well, after the home shopping gig dried up and we moved to Jersey City and I was running out of money, I ran a theater company for many years downtown New York. Did
Holy
a play
cow.
with gay play and gay patrons and
Why
gay
did
actors.
why did you work with us? I don't understand.
Oh my
this.
God,
Like-
you guys are so much fun.
She's
You're
reading her
normal.
resume. I'm like, do we know this person? Like, what's going on here?
Listen, running a troupe of gay actors is like herding cats. Working with you all was really easy. God bless my actors, but every night drama, there'd be a rat in the audience and come screaming, pulling on my skirt. Kill the rat! I'm like,
Holy
my
cow!
God.
This
You
is
kill
in
it.
Jersey?
Yeah, well, this was downtown New York off Broadway. So.
Oh, okay.
But then, long story short, 97, I ran out of money. I'm like, what am I losing? Jersey City was not opulent back then.
Oh, you were
It was
living in
totally-
Jersey City. Okay,
Yeah,
I was
'cause
about to ask where you were living.
Oh my God,
in Jersey.
Manhattan. My God, you
It's
can't
so
afford.
expensive even back then.
I used to live on a large white rice with duck sauce for 2 days.
Yeah.
You can't afford to eat. No money. Everything goes toward rent. You can't get one beer maybe a week if you have any money. So finally, I booked it out here. The guy that gave me my first job out here, and I flew out before I moved, was Alan Caith, and he just retired.
God bless him. Yeah,
Yeah.
God bless him.
Skyview Traffic. It was at Mix FM. It was just a couple hours a day.
All right, so hold on. Let me
Yeah.
explain to everybody real quick. So Alan Caith was this really large white dude who did the traffic. But in Tucson, like our budgets were so low, he didn't have a helicopter. He had a crop duster.
It was
And
a Cessna, a ghetto, old.
Now, what was his pilot's name again? Didn't he always talk about his pilot was?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Oh man, I thought you had that one. Anyways, so for some reason he did the traffic for everybody, but he loved Hot 98.3.
He did.
He treated us so good, and I'd worked at other radio stations where he'd done our traffic, and it was just, hey buddy, how's it going? He'd bring us the Caves donuts, Adlai, in the morning.
He
He'd bring us a
did.
dozen the Caves,
Oh.
and I would
Yes.
pound half of them, and everybody would be like, "Who
So
let's sketch with the
sweet.
donuts?" And I was like, "What am I going to do about this?
God,
Come
the
on." now."
sugar rush. It's like 18 Krispy Kremes in one giant thing.
And this cat's car was filled with bags from
Oh.
Wendy's, McDonald's, all the way up to
Oh.
the top of the seat. Remember that, Vic?
Oh yeah, I had to do a videotape exchange with him once, some demo tape, and I had to put it in the car with COVID-19.
Hold on a sec. We keep cutting in. All right, so you're in Jersey, and by the way, whenever me and my wife go to New York, we stay in Secaucus.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but one time my wife booked the hotel, right? And my wife, she's from Fairfax, Virginia, so very
That's where
Caucasian.
I was born. Yeah.
Okay, so you understand exactly where we're going here.
Yeah.
The opposite of sketch, and she's a doctor of physical therapy. Can you imagine I
Wow.
tricked this woman into marrying me?
What
But anyways, I
happened?
know exactly. Back to what I'm saying. Um, she books the hotel. I said, listen, you probably should have let me work on that hotel. She says, no, I booked the hotel. I said, okay. So we start driving. My wife is notoriously cheap. She is so cheap, right? And last time we stayed in a Marriott. Now we're crossing these train tracks. I said, Sherilyn, if this is across the way from these train tracks,
Oh,
we're going to
dude.
have a problem.
Orange.
We keep going. Super 8. Pull up in the Super 8. And I said, Sherilyn, if there's an Indian guy behind the counter and a Puerto Rican in the lobby with a nice watch, we're not going to have a good night. And Vicky, I might as well have had a camera on this spot. We start walking to our hotel room. There's a prostitute in the hallway. I'm like, Sherilyn, why did you book this place? But anyways,
Oh, God.
okay, so now you're in Jersey. Sorry, you're in Jersey. How did you even hear about Alan? Was there something in the paper? How does this work?
Well, my folks retired. My dad retired, and they moved from Chicago area out here. And
To
I used
Tucson.
to,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and I visited, and I'm like, this isn't that bad. It's hot as hell, but at least I
No
have
winners.
Yeah, and then so I thought, roll the dice. Got that U-Haul, flipped off the George Washington Bridge, and said adios.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, huh?
Yeah, I just
So,
couldn't
did
do
you-
it anymore. Yeah,
Did you have to move back in with your folks though?
I think I lived with them for maybe a couple weeks. I got an apartment. I want to say near Sunrise and Cold, but it was like a third of what I was paying. It was brand new, luxury swimming pool, free parking.
Yeah, you guys like living in those
Yeah.
nice apartments. You see my apartment, man. My apartment was above that nightclub. It's such a dud. I remember you and Pop came here like, oh, is this?
Oh
is
my
this
God, I
real?
remember your apartment.
Yeah, you remember that?
Oh, the one above the Rialto? They went to visit?
exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
Her and Pop came to visit, and
We
Vicky
were
was like,
afraid to go.
if I sit on the seat, there might be an AIDS needle, so I better not sit down. She didn't say that, but
That's her New York kicking
Oh,
in.
you had
Yeah.
like a pass through of sorts.
yeah, that was my living. That was my
Was that
bedroom.
your window?
It was in the back. Adelaide's apartment was just as weird. Okay, so don't
Mine was
let-
weird, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Adelaide's
was around the
apartment was
corner.
just as weird. So don't let him fool you. But
You
anyways,
didn't invite us in. I only got to see sketches.
no, you came in. You and Pop
Came
came
into
in. I was like,
sketches, but not mine.
oh no,
See?
I don't think you guys ever came into
yeah,
ours.
but the reason why is we didn't work
I
with
have my
Adelaide at the
notes.
time. I know, but Vic, we didn't work with Adelaide at the time. Like Adelaide was the overnight guy. I always
Oh,
forget
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
okay, so you came to see your folks, and did you look in the paper for a radio gig, or like why even radio?
No, I don't know. It might have been my mom or something that called Skyview. I can't honest to God, or I flew out here and maybe called a few people. It's Alan would remember. It's just been so long. But I'm just so grateful because I never would have been. It wasn't a lot of money, but at least I had something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't
That's-
last long, but then that's how I parlayed to meet all you guys. So
That's nuts. So
Mm-hmm.
so you meet Alan, sweetest guy in the world, and dude,
Yeah.
me and Alan would go back and forth on the show. It was kind of
Uh-huh.
a bit, dude. Yeah, me and Alan, because I'd be going. Pac would send me to Circle K to pick him up a coffee and a candy bar, and somehow it was always during Alan's break. So I'd be driving over to pick him up a candy bar and a coffee, and then Alan would go, "Where's Sketch at?" And then Pac would say, "Oh, he just drove up the road. Oh, we're paying him all this money to be a producer, and he's driving up the road." And meanwhile, I'm like, I'm getting $5 an hour. don't be
hey,
telling
listen,
people.
$5 is a lot.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
You can work at McDonald's now and make 15.
I
Five
know.
was a lot. Like,
All right, so anyways, so now that the gig with Alan ended at Skyview, you're saying, and then how did you meet Paco and Chico? Oh, she cut.
Oh no, we
Damn it,
lost
this is a
her.
good time to get water. It's all right. She'll call back in.
Yeah. Hey, let's do a couple shout outs because I don't want to put the shout outs up while she's on because it covers up her face.
How much
So,
fun are you having?
Dude, Vicky is amazing. There's so much stuff I want to talk to her about too.
If I'm cutting
DJ
in too much, I apologize, but I love
No,
it.
no worries, dude. You're doing a great interview. So, duck sauce is bomb. That is true. Danny P checking in. I don't know if he's still on there, but hey, what's up, Danny P? We're talking to one of our co-hosts from the morning show back in the day. So, hopefully she comes back in here. She should.
She will,
She's
dude. Hold on.
in our
should
notes.
I,
I even
should
say,
I,
you want
should I
to text her real quick?
I think
Yeah,
so.
text her real quick.
Why don't you
And,
Why don't you tell your favorite Vicky story while I'm texting?
Dude, and here's the thing: we talk about Vicky being real. Like, we would put her up, and she was down to do anything as far as like reading on the air or whatever.
Oh, dude, thank you for saying that because I want to ask her that story you don't remember.
Okay, yeah. Okay, because yeah, you guys want to stick around for that, right? If it's the same one I'm thinking of, yeah, here she is. She's back. She's
I
coming
told her
on.
to just come back.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
Don't even be
I know
sorry.
phone
Did your
cut off.
engineer husband fix it?
My engineer husband. Say hi, Tim.
What's this fella's name? Look at this handsome
Say
guy.
hi, Tim.
Orly Holmes?
Dude looks like a
Big
dude
Tim,
looks
pretty
like a
big.
movie
Tim.
actor.
Yeah. Tim Connell.
Tim, you look like
Hello,
a movie
sir.
actor. Tell him what I
He
said.
looks like Joe Namath a little
Tell him
bit.
I said he looks like a movie actor.
You look like a movie actor. You look like him. He's laughing.
So that's what Sketch says. You look like a movie
So
actor.
he said Simone Carnell.
Simone
He
Carnell.
said
all right.
Simone Carnell.
Okay. See, he's just as good as
That's
Vicky
the only
with Spanish.
Spanish he knows. You think I'm bad?
Here we go.
Oh, it's
Here we go.
Oh gosh.
So
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys.
no,
No
don't
worries.
feel
No
bad.
worries.
Because when
Okay.
you were gone, Adley reminded me of a story I wanted to bring up to you because he can't remember it, and I want to know if you remember it. Okay, so you get fired from Skyview? Is that what happened? You got fired, or did you just say I can't do this anymore?
No, they kind of politely put me somewhere else. And I really had to think back about this because the dates, it's been so long, I want to say it was 97, 98.
We
And
make up dates all the time in this place.
I know, me too, especially my age. But you remember, yeah, exactly. A station called Power 97.5.
Yeah,
was gonna ask
absolutely.
about
Yeah,
that.
because
Yep.
that's
I was
that's
gonna-
where
I was
we're
thinking
going with
that.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think when got kind of transferred from Mix FM and doing the traffic for them in the afternoon for Skyview and Ellen Cave, somehow he placed me with KTUC, which was a talk station. I want to say it was Country Club in Glen. It had a big copper top roof kind of thing.
Okay.
And inside that station with the talk station were one other affiliate, and that was Power 97.5. And that's where I met Dee Cortez. Remember Dee?
Okay.
Of course, we talked about
Yeah.
that on the show. She
Good,
broke my
good.
fountain in my house.
Lovely. She's
She
a
drank too
pistol,
much
man. She's a pistola.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yes.
trained me to do the traffic for KOLD on TV, but that's a different story.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's where for some reason, I don't know, they took a chance on me, who's this white girl. I was mainly working talk radio for Tom Hassey.
Wait,
Uh,
Power 97.5 at this point is like come over to do what?
just be a white girl doing the jive and the little,
No, but like an on-air talent, like a weekend
Were you
jock,
doing news?
or on the mornings?
No, I literally would run from the talk station, helping to run the board, doing news for the talk station down the hall to Power 97.5 and do their little news breaks,
Oh,
which
it was
was
a-
like
Okay.
three stories about MTV or J-Lo or whatever,
Okay.
and then run back to the AM and run down the hall. And they gave me my first office, which was, I swear to God, a linen closet. But it did have a landline.
Dude, I
Ooh.
love Vicky's deliveries of jokes. Like I forgot about how you know what I'm talking about, Adley? Where she does
Exactly.
that,
Like
"I'll lend me
serious,
closet."
but yeah.
Yeah. I freaking love her. I forgot how much I love your deliveries.
Oh,
All right.
too kind. Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I was actually telling this to my wife the other night. I was like, Vicky was really talented and she could write, but I was so arrogant that I wasn't like, Vicky, could you just write some bits for me? Because if you would have wrote those bits and I would have produced them, I know. That's
love
what
to write, yeah.
Dude, could you imagine this? I already told Pac this. I was like, and Adley, unfortunately, maybe there'll be two producers in this fake scenario. I'm sorry. But I told Pac, I was like, if you and Chico and Vicky had me as the producer, and that was my only job was just to produce, could you imagine how insanely good that show would have been?
Oh,
I think
incredible.
that show would have gone to LA, but neither here nor there. But Adley, you could have been our other producer. You know how like sometimes they have like 9 producers or whatever it is on a show?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
absolutely.
But you were a producer on that show though, Adley.
But
All
even
right, come on.
because we continued a lot of
one.
those bits too, like
Very good one.
the
Yeah.
miseducation of Vicky Valle
Oh, I
was
wrote
a
that
great
down.
one.
Well,
One of my
let's get
favorites.
to that because right
Yeah,
now we're still at
oh my
Power
gosh.
97.5. Come on. So okay, so I've heard the lore of Vicky Valle sort of. So clear me up if I'm wrong, and then we'll go from there. Is that fair?
Sure.
So Paco and Chico, from what I understand, and this is just kind of like urban legend from when we worked at the station, met you and they thought that you'd be a good morning show lady. And at the time you had blonde hair and the Batman movie had come out. And the girl's name was Vicky Vale.
Yes.
And so they said that wouldn't be a very urban name for her. So they dubbed you with the name Vicky Valle. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
What's my name?
Fact
What's my name? I don't just do hip hop,
Mike.
That's my
son.
name, Yash. This is on page 1 of my notes.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's true. I said at the time my maiden name was Bell. I'm Victoria Bell or Vicky Bell. And he said, that's too white. I said, okay. Pardon me, excuse me, what? And he said, okay. We
Pac
like
said this to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, okay, I've been here a month. And he said, Vicky Vale's pretty cool. Kim, like, I'd love to look like Kim Basinger. Good night. Give me a break.
All white people look the same though, Vicky. What are we supposed to do about it?
I
Just
know.
kidding. I'm teasing.
It's just like the movie Animal House where they're like, IW Walrus? Why Walrus? Why not? He's like, you're Valle. I'm like, okay. And that's the end of that.
Vicky Valle. Oh,
All
it's
right.
perfect.
I love it, though. I
Perfect.
still use it. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
still
no.
on TV once in a while. I'll put that down when I'm doing. I'm like, it's a badge of honor to me. You know,
It is. It should be. Unlike
should
the
be.
Chino brothers, nothing but a racist
Oh,
name that D. Wayne
come
had given us.
on.
I know what
You
you, I know.
can't,
What
don't
you're
say
telling me, guys.
Oriental. Never say Oriental.
Don't say Oriental. At least we know that.
So going back,
He slap you.
it was supposed to be called. If you look, if you could zoom in on my camera on that was our original graphics that keeps playing behind me. And if you look, it doesn't say Chino Brothers at the end. Right there, it says Oriental Brain Experiment because that's what we were supposed to be called originally. And Adley couldn't remember the name, so I was like, all right, Chino Brothers.
Let's go back to Chino.
Just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
All right, so
Oh, God.
man, this is gonna be really hard to edit because we keep going with these crazy stories. Okay, so now you meet Paco and Chico, and we've already done so many stories on Power. So Rich was there, Rich Donovan, Frederico, Rascal.
R-Dub was there too, right? Doing
I
nights.
try to forget that guy.
Yes.
I try to forget
Yes,
that
that's where he
fella.
first met him.
I should forget that fella.
He was in a linen closet too back in the day. Now he's big pimping.
That was a euphemism that he was in the linen closet, my man. But anyways, back to let's get back to this. So you're around all these cats, and like it's when the station shuts down and you guys go to hot. That was mean for me to say. I shouldn't have said that about Dub. That was really mean. I was just hamming it up because Vicky's here. I hope Dub is having the best life in the whole world. God bless this man. Anyways, Vic, it's hard because when I became a Christian, like that sketch still pops out where I say mean things, but then I'm like, I don't think the Lord would want me to say that. So now I have to make amends. Like I always do that now. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. So now you guys go over to KOHT to El Puente Lane to the scary trailer park.
Down near the prison.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. That's right. Just if you drove a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you drove the wrong way leaving. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How did this go now? Like you're there and like, is it weird just being in this like completely foreign culture out of nowhere? It's just like, here you go. Like we're all weird too. All of us were weird.
It was slightly odd. The bathroom was charming.
Oh no.
Wow. Oh my!
Remember
The one right
T.O.?
next to the studio.
All right, hold on.
Dude.
I have to make a confession after 20 years. Vicky, that was me. I used to poop up that
No,
bathroom.
it was not.
It was.
It was Tio.
No, I blamed it on
was
Tio.
Tio.
I
was
blamed it on
always
Tio.
Tio.
No, but
Wait,
then
wait,
you know
wait.
what I would do?
Vicky, what did it smell like?
What do you
It was
think?
awful, man. It was awful.
I was trying to narrow it down to whose it was.
But you know what, Adelaide? Then I found that corporate bathroom over around the corner
On the other side.
Yeah,
didn't
and I was
key
like,
for
oh,
it.
I'm never
Lock
using that. Yeah, I'm never.
You bastard.
Paco had a key though, right?
Yeah,
think Paco had a
I
key
think
to that.
Paco
I
gave
never
me the key.
used the corporate bathroom.
Always did. Always, man. That
Where
corporate
For the
was
bathroom.
sales
bathroom?
side. Ugh.
It was over on the other side where the sales department was. Oh man, it was like pooping in a Cadillac.
Dude, you know
that
what? I
toilet.
think Paco's office key worked for that door.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
what
why I
it was.
used to go
That's
poop
what it
in
was.
there.
Oh, okay.
I go
Big
poop in there.
Papa.
I pooped in there, and Jessica Simpson used that bathroom too. Don't know what she did. Didn't
She
you know?
was a virgin. And by the way, she made my list of notes.
All right, hold on. Let's move up. So like you're like what in my mind? Like what were you thinking? Because to us it's normal. All these weirdos, it's like yeah, I grew up with guys exactly like this. It's like
Actually, I think I was thinking I could push it up to $9 an hour. And that was pretty much it.
Maybe full time with benefits, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 20 hours a week with no insurance ever. I'm sure you all have lived that dream, right?
Oh yeah, we remember that too.
God, I just had so much fun. I mean, I said it many times, and I think I told Paco this once privately. I would do it again in a heartbeat for nothing. I had so much fun. In fact, Paco's interview was like unbelievable to me. That to me, I was in tears. That's the real Paco.
The real Paco Jacobo.
Yeah, he's a protector. He's the teddy bear man.
Yeah. Well, and I was too young to know these things back then. You know, it's hard because I'll say this: the fun part about being good at the craft of speaking is that you can do it when you're old. So if Adlai and I were professional skateboarders or boxers or something like that, it's like, dude, we're done. Sorry, friend. I'm not doing that. But being able to try the podcast, it's like we're professional speakers and you can do it forever. But now we have the maturity of understanding what a blessing it is to talk to people and how much fun it can be and stuff like that. Instead of when we were young, it was about the money. We never made any of it, you know?
You guys were awesome at the
We
clubs,
tried.
So, oh my God.
Oh, we had a blast at the clubs too. Vicky Valle rocked the mic. Didn't you rock the mic a couple times at the Rock, right? Yes.
I want to talk about that, but I want to get into this now. Now you guys veering away from this interview. So Vic, now you and Pac and Chico, like you guys took headshots together, and I knew. Remember, you guys were going to shop your show. Do you remember that?
Vaguely. Was it Phoenix? I mean, I don't know. LA would have been interested. Was it Phoenix?
No, it was Alan from Cool 97.5. What was that guy's name?
Alan Michaels.
Alan Michaels.
Okay.
He had a market for you guys, and Pac was recording it and sending it over to him. And then at that point, Chico got fired. So what notes do you have in between Hot Night or Power 97.5 and when Chico got fired?
I think we all got hosed at the same time.
Well, it was all around the same time because that's when I came in. When Chico got fired, then I came in and I was the producer, and I produced for 2 years, and then Adlai came in after me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Chico. Never got the full story.
We're gonna get a hold of him too. Yeah, we'll definitely. We've been reaching out and talking.
Paco said it was a corporate decision.
Well,
when he was on the show.
I just remember the lovely article in the newspaper, morning house party, we have a place for all these. And then they said, we haven't found anything for Vicky yet. I'm like, great. Yay.
Oh my goodness.
But I did land somewhere else in talk radio, which was good, but I was just heartbroken. I had a nervous breakdown. You remember the Del Taco on Broadway in Euclid or Park? Oh, I had to put my little neon just sobbing. Hit me.
Oh, this is after, huh?
Yeah.
After this, yeah. Jeez. Oh
but you know it's like to be on a ship that's you can feel it, and it was corporate radio. It was corporate everything.
The thing is that we were so not corporate, and that's I think that was the thing, and we were so wild. It's like, dude, we can't do this. Like you've got a vulgar Mexican guy. You've got a Caucasian lady. You've got this weird producer who says really controversial things, and then you have a gay guy. Like,
Speedy.
Yeah, they were like, there's no way they'd be like, let's put this in 20 markets.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, one of my notes, the FCC, had we even begun? Can you imagine? What about YouTube? What about it? I mean, I have to apologize. Can I apologize to all the mothers that were driving their children in the car, please? From the bottom of my heart.
Vicky, we used to go to these middle schools and the kids would know us. And I'm like, your parents let you listen to that show?
5-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
I mean, Paco took an obscene word, which I can't say in Spanish, that rhymes with jamón, which means ham in Spanish, but it started with the letter M, and then looped it with my voice.
Yeah.
Jamón.
Vic, this is my question for you. This is what I've been waiting for.
Thanks, Paco.
To see if you remember. Do you remember the time Adlai recorded a promo for his show and he had you moan in the background and was like, we're gonna disguise your voice. We're gonna disguise your voice. And then it sounded just like you and you were so mad. Dude, we're sitting there on the show, and she was so mad. Paco walked out of the room, and she was like, Adlai said he was going to disguise my voice. I'm like, man, I'm not Adlai. I didn't do that.
Stupid
I'm the other Asian guy. I know we look alike. That ain't me.
It was obscene. It was like Donna Summer with "I Love to Love You, Baby."
Okay.
I can't believe you don't remember this commercial.
I don't remember this. I don't remember it, Vicky.
So, Adlai, it was you and D. Wayne.
I'm sorry.
And you were like, yeah, it was you and D. Wayne. I hope D. Wayne remembers this. It was you and D. Wayne, and you guys were like, hey, you watching this? And then you start eating, and like you guys crunched chicharrones in the microphone, so it sounded like you were eating. And then all of a sudden, it's Vicky moaning in the background. Yeah, and you're like, this is almost as good as all night, every night with Adlai. And that was the commercial.
I remember this.
And it was clearly Vicky's voice. And on top of it,
my God,
every weirdo in Tucson would ask us when we were anywhere, hey, what does Vicky look like, eh?
Oh no.
What kind of dudes does she like, fool? And it's like, well, not usually people that just got out of prison there, friend.
Oh, speaking of which, page 4, letters from La Pinta.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Dear Holmes, I'm innocent. I once mailed a photo to an inmate, and Paco said I was insane. Do you know what he's doing with that photo right now? But the cool part is the innocent ones used to like sketch me. It was weird. Or like they do Bugs Bunny once in a while, or the raccoon or whatever. But then they'd send you a picture back of yourself that was just pen and ink. But then I never mailed any more pictures again. That was a little awkward.
Because, yeah, letters from La Pinta.
Hold on, dude. Did you just not hear what Vicky said?
Oh, say that again.
She would send those glossy 8x10s to listeners as like a hey, thank you for listening to us.
Right,
and then they would draw pornographic cartoons with her face on it from that picture.
You know what? Art's in the eye of the beholder. Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes. And it was crazy because the mail would come and you'd be like, oh, letters from La Pinta, and Vicky would come in, got a brand new letter. Oh my gosh, it'd be so exciting. And then open it up and it'd be a drawing.
A fingerprint that way. Because it may come in handy 20 years from now when we have DNA evidence.
All right, so Chico gets fired, and like you love Chico a lot. Like I think you just adore Chico.
I love them both. They're very different men. I mean, Chico was like, if Paco's the protector and kind of the hidden teddy bear, although he could have an edge, Chico was more like he'd challenge you intellectually and a couple things, which was good. I mean, we needed some playback on the show, but sometimes politics, sometimes he'd just give me a lovely compliment. Like one time before it was trendy, I'd say women of color, and we go to a break. He'd say, you know what, Vicky, that was really good. I'd be like, really? Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that. Man, that sucks. You had to work with me next because I was the opposite of Chico.
Oh, you were fun.
Oh man.
Me?
Well, I'll say this.
You're so good together.
I'll say this. I think that like it was a rough start at first, and I'd say things that were impolite and it would offend Vicky. But then she came with me to the Rock one night. I was like, you have to come to the Rock, Vicky. And she was like, oh, I don't know. Dude, and she didn't come for like 3 weeks too, bro. Like I invited you for like 3 weeks, Vic. And then finally you came to the Rock. And then I was like, we got to go up to the bird perch. We went up on the perch. Vicky's standing there. Yeah. And I handed her the microphone and you were playing the Rough Riders anthem. And she knew the intro to the Rough Riders anthem. Oh my God, it was so dope. Vic, can you do that? Do you still remember it?
I don't.
Oh, fudge.
I know
regulators.
All right, I'll do it.
I'll pretend I'm you.
Okay, maybe I'll remember. Go.
All right, it went bum 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 bum, and Vicky would go, my dogs go, stop, your dogs go, drop, and then we go, shut them down, open up shop. First we had them like, oh, now they're like, oh, my baby. Yeah. So Vicky rocks the mic, dude, and like it's the most addictive thing. Like rocking the mic to a crowd, isn't it addictive?
I do some Eminem, but my brain is so bad now. I love Eminem. And that was another cool thing about Paco, and he talked about it. He was not afraid to bring in some things that were not So
Oh,
hip at
yeah.
the time,
Yeah.
white guy. And he was really good about that.
He was a good program director. Pac is a good,
Excellent.
he always talks about
Yeah.
Frederico being such a good program director, and I never worked with Fred, so I can't tell you one way or another. What I can tell you is, one night, one of the mixers didn't turn their mix in, and Malix is like, "I don't have an hour of music." And me and
Malix.
Pac were coming back from somewhere, and Pac goes, "Hold on." Bang, 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 bang. And he loaded up an hour of music and he goes, "Sketch, look at that hour. That is the most badass hour you've ever seen." And I
Nice.
looked at it
Yeah.
and it was.
I bet it
I
was,
was like,
yeah.
"Man, you did that in like 3 minutes." And he's like,
Hey.
"Yeah."
Well,
He
his
was,
mom ran that record shop. Remember
that's
Yoli?
true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yoli's.
Yoli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yoli's
two
music. Yeah.
Lovely
Oh my
people.
gosh.
She'd always say, "I'm sorry for my son."
Yeah, she would say that. But and here's and they great people. I love Pac's family.
Yeah.
But here's the next thing that was really cool too was Adlai had you on the turntables, and I remember you were keeping the beat by tapping your foot, and you were like, "This is just like dancing or ballet." I think you said. This
Yes.
is like ballet.
Well,
And
it was me, doing the whole thing.
It was cool. But it was cool because you beat matched really nice. You did. You remember that, Adlai?
I remember that too, and I remember the dancing, the tapping the feet, and just being like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was ballet." When you said like, "Yeah, just keeping time with everything."
It is.
It's like,
I was.
oh,
Good.
yeah.
I was a good hoofer. I was better at tapping than ballet, but it was a little
Yeah.
too chunky
Or
back
maybe
then.
it was tap dance. I don't know. But I felt like it was ballet. But
Tap
anyways,
mates.
maybe it was tap. But anyways, neither here nor there. It was one of those things that I don't watch. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. So then after that, I feel like that's when things got fun. What was so if there's 3 memories that you would take from Hot 98.3, what would
God.
they be?
Ooh, that's good. That's a good
Oh
question.
my God! Are these like neighborhood stories or just the station?
I mean, it's wide open.
Oh,
Let
dude.
America know what the only Caucasian that we liked in that building enjoyed. And you can't blame us for not liking the other 3 Caucasians, because no matter what nationality they were, we wouldn't have liked them.
Oh, I gotta say, bitwise, the jive, the miseducation of
The
Vicky Valle.
miseducation, really?
And I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I got
That was
most
a
of
lot
my
of fun.
all my good material came from a group of girls. They were all colors and shapes and sizes, and young girls that worked at the Dunkin' Donuts at Oracle and Roger. Remember, was that a block?
Yes.
Yeah.
From Clear Channel. And I go there and we chain smoke, and they'd hand me notes. We wrote. It was every
Oh, wow.
Friday, the segment.
That's
so
clever.
they'd save up and they'd write notes and they'd say, "Here's how you use it in a sentence." And then they'd hook me up with munchkins. I give them 28,000 CDs, and we go out on the patio, drink coffee and chain smoke, and then I go back to work. So, but that to me, I got more feedback on that and more joy out of that.
I remember times when we'd run out of words for you to describe. So the bit went like this, you guys. There'd be a term of Ebonics that Vicky would read. But
Ebonics.
she'd read it very Caucasian. And then she would explain what it meant, and then she'd use it in a sentence. But whatever that sentence was going to be some wild stuff. Like, it wasn't just going to be, here's a normal sentence, whatever the word was, and then the rest of the sentence. It would be wild. Like, it would just be whatever the wildest thing Vicky could say. And that's the next thing I always respected about you, Vic. You never backed off. Although, Adlai, you shouldn't have made her moan like she was in a porno. Because she, like you never backed off. You do everything. That was another cool thing. But anyways,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paco had me pull that like shortly after that. I'm sure he's like, "Dude, don't play that anymore." I feel like
dude, you don't even remember that. You don't
I
even
don't
remember that
remember it,
commercial.
but-
I feel like it played 3 times an hour on the morning house party, and I'd be like,
it was like the
why?
hamon. No, I have an example here. After throwing bows, I would cruise in my whip, flashing my dookie rope.
That's right.
Ooh,
That's perfect.
Nice.
Dookie rope.
That's from the miseducation of Vicky Valle.
And I'm
Dookie-
assuming the
dookie
dookie
rope.
rope was the word. Yeah, so
Dookie rope.
somebody would put in a word, Vicky would give the definition of the word, and then she'd have a sentence. But like, you guys, it was so much fun because we were all in on the joke and we weren't in on the joke. Because it was kind of like, it's funny to make Vicky, the white person, talk jive, but at the same time, it's always like, yeah, that's just Vicky. Like, that's just Vicky, and that's just what Vicky's gonna do. Like, I
fun,
never,
yeah.
even if like I'd ever said mean things about like being Caucasian to you, Vic, and I apologize for that
Oh,
right
you
now.
never. Oh my God, are you crazy? No.
I will say this: I never even thought about it. What about you, Adelaide? Like I never like obviously we make cracks about her being white, but like I never thought about her as a white person. Like, oh, this is weird. There are white persons in the room. You know what I mean? It was always like, oh yeah, this is just another brown person.
Well, the white
She's
per-
the weta
person knows it
frijolera. She's
I
exactly,
know it all.
She's exactly the weta
I've seen
frijolera.
everything.
I definitely remember just that Vicky Valle was just a part of the show, another person on the morning house party. You didn't think about race or color or upbringing or
No.
anything. You just thought, man, Vicky Valle is super entertaining. She's bringing laughs to the
But
room.
we all know that everybody heard her mispronounce every Spanish word she said, and like we never thought about it. We're never like, dude. Okay, one
Oh my
time.
God! Remember when I called Suge Knight Suge?
Yeah, and you called Kanye Kane.
Yes.
You called
Yes.
Kanye Kane.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
It was a Y-E.
You
So,
did.
you know what? Suge. The G silent. What is that?
Huge night.
Suge Knight.
Neither here nor
Suge, don't call me Suge Knight.
Hold on, Vicky. Do you remember when we called the McDonald's where old dirty bastard had snuck out? He snuck out of the rehab and went to the McDonald's and got caught. And you called the McDonald's. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Oh, it was so awesome. Because me and Paco tried it and they heard, like, they could tell from our voice that, like,
Oh,
we were
so
just
I made it, yeah.
Yeah, you were the third one and
I
you were like,
remember that.
hi, how's it going? And they
Hello,
were
young
all the
man.
way down. Yeah, and then you were like, can you tell me what happened with the old dirty bastard? And like, thank you, ma'am. And they just hung up.
I think I tried to call Miraval about Whitney Houston, too. I mean, my God, we go so far back. Everybody's dead.
But
God bless them.
that's the thing. You're like a very proper lady, and you would do these just wild things.
It was fun.
Oh yeah, I guess.
What about now? Now, do you remember Dick Paco? Mike, you started that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
You
remember Dick Paco.
You take audio from like artist interviews and then intertwine them with like Paco and Vicky talking.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. Vicky's now remembering it.
God.
We didn't have so many sound bites back then. So like I'd have to go off of whatever that sheet was they sent us. So that's first.
Oh,
Second-
it's
complete
crap.
sheet.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible,
Yeah.
horrible, horrible.
But second, I'll tell you guys both this. Like that whole bit I set up for one reason and one reason only. And I got fired before I got to pull it off.
Oh, no.
On the last episode of Senior Paco or of Senior Dick, right?
Yeah.
I wanted Beef to come in and say to Paco, Senior Dick, and then I want Pac to say, then quit looking. That was my whole reason
really good,
for
actually.
setting up Senior
It's not
Dick.
bad.
Yeah, that like it was all leading up to that joke at the very end. Like our last episode of it was gonna be that, and then I got fired
get to
before it
do
happened.
it.
Yeah, but at least I got to tell you guys the story. And
That's
I've never
cool.
told anybody that story before. I've never told
Everybody
anybody that
knows
story.
now, my friend.
All right, come on. So your three favorite things. Come on, you didn't give them to us. You gave us one. You gave us your bit. So you have one bit.
Some of the interviews were pretty epic.
Go ahead, give me one.
Shaq.
And didn't you get one of Shaq's shoes?
I don't know. I got another good one. Mariah Carey's butt pads.
Yeah,
Or, no,
I
I'm
remember
sorry,
that. It was her pants.
It was her jeans.
Yeah, I
And
know. We got in an argument about that, Vic. Because I said you weren't thick enough to fill them out, and now you got so mad at me. I was like,
I'm a lot
complimenting
skinnier
you because
now.
you're skinny.
But dude, back then I was probably a size 6 or 8. She's like a 14, man. It's like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she was pretty.
But and Puck was like, "You look so much better with those butt pads." Remember the horrible chairs in the studio?
Yeah.
And I was falling off the damn bench the whole time. A huge butt. That was fun. though.
No, you didn't have a huge butt. You were,
Well, with-
you were
with the pads.
skinny.
With the
With the
pads.
pads.
Dude, it was like the Titanic on there. And Shaquille O'Neal, that was fun because I got to give him crap about the Bulls fan, and who kicked his behind. Michael Jordan.
That's Michael Jordan. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's
but
right.
I could list 20,000 things for you guys. It's just a few things. There's so many. Going
All right,
to Malex's prom. Remember Malex?
Oh yes,
Dude, I told that story. the first time Paco came on, and Pac didn't remember one thing. Like I'm telling him about how we got kicked out. Remember we got kicked out of the prom. Do you remember that?
Marisco's. Well, first we took the poor girlfriend to the Marisco's Chihuahua.
Yeah, it was dope. Oh man, I got my
Dude,
East Coast. It was delicious.
Dude, all they had was seafood there. I was like,
Yeah.
cat food. I'm like, nah. and then
That's perfect for a date, huh? Smelling like fish the whole night.
tuna juice and
Oh, dude, I crushed that place that night.
Oh my God, that poor child. I mean, really, it was his prom. I felt so bad. But he did get a lot of attention, which
Yeah,
is
I
good,
know.
right? He brought me beads from 9/11. I'll never forget that about that
Really?
kid.
Wow.
He's from like the Bronx or Queens. He went
Yeah.
back when that was still a hole in the ground and brought me these beautiful homemade red, white, and blue. God bless America. I still wear it.
Wow.
We had
Yeah.
Malik's on the show not that long ago.
No way.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
look at our YouTube channel. It has all our old
Okay,
episodes
well,
on it.
is he like
But-
30 now with 2 kids?
Yeah, he
or-
doesn't have an
He has
accent
one kid.
anymore. He has one
Okay,
kid, but he has
okay,
he
yeah.
doesn't have an accent anymore. So I freak out the whole episode. I'm like, dude, your voice sounds weird. Your voice sounds weird.
Was
yeah.
he faking it? Or
No, like he just lost it. Because think about it, he's lived in
been here
Tucson
so
now for
long?
20
Yeah.
years.
And New York's real hard to shake, though. I'm shocked. Well, good for him.
Yeah,
he's
but
still in
he's
Tucson.
doing real well. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still,
he's still out
in Tucson
there.
too. All right, come on.
Aw.
You got to give us a third one. So, because I know that stupid prom wasn't the third one. That it was fun, but
All right, I'll give you my best one.
all right.
And it's not directly related to the station, but I was headed to the station at 5:30 in the morning in the hood on 12th Avenue, 2 blocks from the prison. And I was late. And was I ever late?
No,
Nah.
Okay.
I was late.
So I was late. I don't know if I overslept or the car gave me trouble or whatever. It was so early in the morning. Sure enough, here come the popo. I'm doing maybe 35. Remember that small stretch? It was like 25 miles an hour right before you got to El Puente.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that short. I don't know if it's school. It's 5 in the morning. It's no school session.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I pull over in my little Dodge Neon, leaking oil all over the damn road. Roll down the window, which was manual. I'm sorry, officer. Can I help you? Where are you going? I'm like, where do you think I'm going? I'm not turning. I'm white. What am I turning tricks out here? It's like 5 in the morning. I'm going to work. Where do you work? I work at Hot 98.3 on El Puente Lane. And then he looked at me and he said, do you have any CDs?
Oh my gosh.
I said, well, how many would you like? He said, everything. And I opened that little trunk in that Neon and they took everything I had. Probably, and I'm talking about, remember the boxes Paco used to get?
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, like he's 12, Paco had just given me, I don't know why, maybe for weeks at
For
a
a
time.
situation like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
They took probably at least 4 dozen.
Holy
And I get
cow.
warning, have a nice day. And then I got to the
Whoa.
station. Paco's all freaking out. We thought you got in a wreck. I told him what happened. And sure enough, he talked about it for 3 hours. I'm like, Paco, I got a warning. The gentleman gave me a warning. He has my license plate from the Dodge Neon. It's like the police, no popo. Ice Cube played for 14 hours. That's another good one. I got to meet O'Shea Jackson at the
Wow.
TCC. Oh, dude.
Oh,
He's
at the
not real-
concert, huh?
Yeah, he's not real tall. He's built like a brick house, right?
Mhm,
But
mhm,
I looked
mhm.
at him. I said, "Nappy dugout changed my life."
Wow.
And he looked at me like, "Who's this white woman?"
That's awesome. That is awesome. I wish I would have met Ice Cube, man.
Dude,
That is
I
dope.
took him. I had a chance to meet Snoop, but I was more of a Cube girl.
Oh, I know you're
yeah,
an Ice
I
Cube
just
fan.
had to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
I mean,
him.
who's
Great
not an
actor
Ice-
too. My
Yeah,
God.
but phenomenal rapper, man. We talked about him on the NWA episode a couple episodes ago, but my gosh, do I love Ice Cube. All right,
Yeah.
so your third favorite memory was getting pulled over by the cops and
It's up there.
Holy
Yeah.
cow!
Hey, getting out of a
Crazy.
ticket, that's a good thing, too.
Yeah,
And,
hey.
yeah.
Be-
Yeah,
Tell
dude.
tell
Play
the
in
audience about
system,
Danny.
Take all the CDs you want.
What were you, Adley? What were you gonna
You
ask?
guys
I'm
talked
sorry.
about him recently, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say that what was your hip hop rapper crush? Did you have one back? I felt like
I think
you
it was Ice
did.
Cube. I think it was Ice
I was going to
Cube.
say, was it? Who was it?
I'm gonna maybe say Genuine,
Oh.
or as I used to call him,
yeah.
Genuine.
I'm
Who played
just a
Pony
bachelor.
for me? At the Rock?
Oh, yeah, and Pony. Pony was the
Learn
jam.
how to ride. We're horny. Let's do it. Riding my pony. I requested that in Vegas once, and sure enough, they played it on the street. And dozens of people ran downtown to the Four Queens, and they were all grooving to that. People love that song.
Yes,
That song
that
is
was
You play-
so vulgar.
Oh, it's excellent. I think it's good, wholesome music. I would teach that in public school.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the '90s hip hop and R&B.
All that
yeah.
music
Dirty,
was so vulgar
dirty.
when you listen to it.
Think about the people the Nate Dogg's dead. I mean, sometimes I'm like, who's dead? You know, it's like the
Oh,
celebrity
yeah.
death lottery. Whitney, Luther,
Yeah.
Nate Dogg. Who else died recently? Another rapper. It's just the list goes on and on. It's
Yeah.
awful, you know. Whitney.
That was
Yeah.
sad. That was
Oh,
sad. Very sad.
Her daughter in a bathtub. The
Oh,
same
my
way.
Awful.
Yeah,
Awful.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, well, Speedy, rest
Yeah.
in peace. Speedy
Andy
was
B,
man.
right?
Andy B passed.
Yeah.
That was Andy B was
Speedy-
like,
Speedy's died.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't know that? I'm sorry. Yeah, that was maybe 2 years ago now. He had sadly, not to bring the show down or
This
anything.
Don't
is
say
a
it,
great, great
Di-
comedy show.
Sorry, guys, but yeah,
Diabetes.
yeah.
Oh
diabetes,
Jesus,
okay.
that's how his mother passed.
Yeah,
Oh, my
but
God.
Speedy was one of the most entertaining dudes
Oh God.
ever. And you know what? You were the two girls on the show. I mean, it was Speedy
Yeah, we
and
were.
Vicky. It was, and I gotta
My
find
sister.
this. But
Oh,
I don't
God
know if
bless
you
him.
remember, Vicky. We did a remake of "I Got Hose," and Papi Chulo Paco sang it.
Oh
Vicky
God.
and Speedy, they're
What
my
was it?
hose. But it's so I gotta find it. We did a remake of it.
Did you write that? I bet you
Yeah,
wrote that.
yeah, I wrote that. In the,
yeah,
I gotta
that
find it.
was-
I got it somewhere.
Oh
but it's,
please. Remember we
I
did
got hose.
oh God. I wrote the Star Wars parody. Remember that?
Oh my
Dude,
gosh!
you wrote,
I wish
you
we
wrote
had
amazing parodies.
No.
I wish
you're
we
too
had
kind.
that.
You did,
Oh
sketch,
no,
yeah.
your parodies were awesome. Like,
Titanic.
dude, I remember. Oh God, do you remember when you did the Survivor parody and I was Jarvis?
Yes.
And then-
did I write that too? I
You
don't know,
did.
I forgot
You
that.
did. Oh my
Okay.
God, that was such a funny. It was the funniest parody. You're such a good writer. Like now, as an adult, I'm like, why didn't I just ask Vicky? Like, dude, write me 5 bits, please.
Oh, you're too kind. You guys are
I'm
great.
being completely
You're
honest
great
with you.
too. Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I just did it at home. I was single. I, just go home on my old retro horrible computer with the bad and just write.
The Mexican
Yeah.
Brady Bunch. Do you guys remember that one? The Mexican Brady Bunch. And
Did you write that, Vicky?
She did. What was the secretary's name?
Was it Martina?
Yeah. Oh no, the secretary at KOHT. So I was like, ooh,
he's
he wanted
such
to
a
goose me.
gooser. Yeah. He's
Let me-
such a
Wanted to goose
gooser.
me.
She,
Oh, I think not Lorena. No, look on that Facebook
Oh
group.
gosh. Okay.
I can't remember.
Lucia, was
But
it an L? Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So Vicky
Yeah,
wrote
wonderful.
her.
Yeah.
Vicky wrote her as the maid, as Alice the
Alice.
maid.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I'm hanging out with that gooser Sam later on tonight."
Oh
Like,
my
it was
God.
so funny.
I remember her.
Oh, she's
What was
great.
her name? Oh my
That's-
God.
we're trying to
She was so
remember.
good. She loved me though.
But we called her Ghetto. Remember,
Dude,
that
she
was her
was
nickname was
ghetto.
Ghetto. Yeah, because we
She's
called her. Remember, we called her Ghetto, and we called her Ghetto to her face.
Gangster. She
Yeah.
loved it. She loved it.
She
It's
was
like
she
when you
was-
call me old white. Well, I could love it. It's a badge of honor. She
It was-
loved it. Ghetto.
Remember, we called her Ghetto, but she was.
Cynthia.
That was her name,
Cynthia?
Cynthia. You're right.
Okay. Yeah.
She was hot as a pistol. She was one of the most attractive humans. Like
She's
had a
pretty
figure,
hot.
had a figure
Dude.
like Jessica Rabbit,
Probably
but was
has,
so
like,
ghetto.
7 kids.
Yeah, she was so ghetto. Everybody's like, I can't go out with that girl, man.
Dude, I loved her. I would.
Oh,
have
she'd
fun with
shiv
her.
you, bro.
Oh,
Gotta
she
be
Yeah,
good.
I remember her.
Dude, if
Yeah.
you got in a bar fight, that's the one. you
She'd have
want
your
her.
back.
She
Ooh.
loved you,
Probably
Adley.
have the shank out there.
Oh,
and
she
everything.
loved Adley so much.
Oh, she did.
Oh,
She
I
liked
remember
you.
that.
oh,
She was-
she loved you.
You had a crazy girlfriend back then, didn't you?
Adley or me? Both of us did.
Both of us had some
So,
crazy
I'm
ones.
sorry, both of you.
Yeah.
The two of you.
Yeah.
You remember Paco's words of wisdom when we started going on the air. He's all, "Don't date the listeners. There's 2 things about them. They're either psycho crazy or I'll put this in a nice way. They don't look like how they tell you they look like." Oh, I'm saying that in a nice way. But and he was right. He was right.
Oh,
We
my
found out the
God.
hard way. Found out the
It's
hard
like
way.
those dating apps where you post a picture from 80 years ago where you're 100-pound center. Hi, I'm here.
Oh,
And,
Really?
and me and Mike would hang out in the mix show. He'd come through on the mix show. Let's
Oh my
talk to
God.
chicks. What do you look like?
Dude, I'd be working all week, and then Adelaide would do that mix on Friday night, and I'd
Party
still
time.
cruise through. Yeah, I'd still
Party
cruise through.
time.
Be
Yeah.
like, bro, get on the phone. Come on, man. Tell
Yeah,
the
he
Cheetah
talked
Brothers
to
coming
him.
through.
Oh my God. Remember how we got blamed for every shooting at the Rock? I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Because, it's like jungle
It's
music.
funny now, but
Or whatever
my
you call
gosh.
it. Whatever racially insensitive thing. Yeah, it was always our fault.
Well, and
Oh
hip hop
my God.
wasn't like it. Like people who aren't around as long as we've been around don't understand. Like now, hip hop's on every pop station. Rappers
Oh,
are
yeah.
just normal celebrities. Back then, we were like breaking the law by playing this music. It was like, okay, well,
Totally, yeah.
if you're already gonna look at us like we're garbage, guess what? Let's turn this up to 7. Let's have a gangster do a school lunch bit on our show. Let's do whatever we can do. Let's have a midget on this. Whatever we can do to be the weirdest thing we can be. Now
Yeah.
you're getting that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like Renegade. I'm proud.
Yeah, it was fun.
For whatever
No doubt.
little part when we had freedom. And freedom is a big thing right now, especially right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have corporate America crushing us. Yeah.
Could you imagine playing those bits today?
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? We'd be in Facebook jail times 1,000
We've been
forever.
real jail.
Lose our house, go to
Oh my
prison.
gosh.
Dude, the things we said in Spanish alone that I didn't know I was saying. Thanks, Paco. And there's
What a-
another thing about eggs, huevos, he made me say. Good night.
Siento tus huevos.
Let me hear it.
Siento tus huevos.
100 eggs. I don't even know what that means.
Holding somebody's
Feel 'em.
genitals.
Forgot
Yeah, you're holding somebody's genitals.
about that one. Well, what was the
Te lo lavas?
no, that one was good.
Have you
But
washed? That I know.
no, Vicky. The one that it was for your hair.
Oh,
That was
God.
you, Adley.
Was that from something about Mary? I don't want to think
Pelos.
about it. De lavas?
No, of corn.
Pelos de...
Delote. Pelos de elote.
Pelos de lote.
Pelos de elote. So it's hair of corn.
Hair of the corn? Like,
Because when you pull the husk off, there's like the
The
blonde.
yellow hair, yeah. The yellow hair.
gross. What an animal.
Look
I'm going
at
to
see.
text him later. I got his number.
See?
Perv.
And here comes the real Vicky when she finds out what the stuff is.
Baby.
Perverted.
Pelos de elote.
Oh my gosh.
Double
It was-
toe.
that is too funny, dude. 'Cause,
Dude.
yeah,
I
they'd
need more
crack
gin
up.
and juice here. Pardon me.
All right, so I mean, my God, like this talent came to the ghetto, and then you worked with us, and you worked with the boys before us, so you were such a legacy. Like me and Adley weren't legacies, you know what I mean? Like Dollars. So Dollars, me and him were talking the other day, and he's like, dude, people ask me all the time, where'd you get that name? And I'm like, from Sketch, and they're like, really? And I'm like, people give a crap what that guy would have said. But like when I look at you guys, Adley, do you feel that way? The Power 97.5 guys, doesn't it seem
Different
like
level, whole
they're
different
seniors?
level.
Yeah, they're seniors.
Oh,
and
we're
freshmen.
seniors, all right, man. I'm talking.
Upper class.
Yeah,
You're so-
upperclassmen.
You guys are so kind, though. You
Upperclassmen
humble
that
me.
never age.
You humble
Yeah.
me.
No
I'm
way.
humbled by you.
Holy goodness. Are you
Your
kidding?
talent.
Same here.
Just to
Same
see what
here.
you all are doing right now is you hung on. You guys are the pioneers. You hung on.
Oh, I don't know about all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't. And Mike, we're not stopping too because we've talked about getting you and Paco and
yeah.
Chico on the same one.
Oh, I'd
So
love
I think that
yeah.
would be a blast. And I'm gonna find some of those old bits. I know I got a couple recordings somewhere, but oh my gosh, it was, dude. Back in the '90s, it was magic. It was great, and
so
dude,
much fun.
when you talk about they invited us to schools, yeah, we'd go to schools and talk to these kids like we were a positive influence, and you just thought,
Oh my gosh.
oh my goodness,
Oh, I have some
dude.
stories about that too.
Go ahead.
Let me hear him. Let me hear him. Let's hear him.
I don't know if I should do it.
Come on, give up a story because then we'll get to the news and we'll crack. Me and you, Vic, will crack on the news, and you don't even have to read the news this time. But anyways, come on,
Awesome.
give us
okay.
give us these.
Well, there
school
was
stories.
a special needs school really close to the station.
Okay.
Remember it?
Okay.
It was like deaf and blind kids and stuff. So I always had to drive at my neon, and they were traveling with me, the two hosts, and they're kind of cracking jokes before. I'm like, you know what? Get it together. Don't say anything. I was like the mother. And then I'd always have to go to like Pat's Chili Dogs afterward. But
Right.
I slapped them into place. But then once you get to school, they're like Mother Teresa. It's great. It's like the Pope.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, the coolest thing about that school, besides the kids who were awesome, is that you think, why would people in radio go to a school where people can't hear? It's because they hear the bass. They can feel it. Yeah. So that was an interesting trip. But then I remember Pueblo, which was like a prison. Oh my God.
High school, Pueblo High. Yeah.
Do you remember that? How bad?
Pueblo,
yeah. The kids were always so happy to see us, and lovely. Yeah.
That's
and
where we got Malex's date. That's
was
where
that
we got
Pueblo?
Alex.
He went to Pueblo?
Yeah. No, he didn't go to Pueblo. His date went to Pueblo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was a pretty girl.
Yeah, what happened was me and Malex had to do this school. We stood up on the van, and I was like, Malex, point out the baddest girl in this school. I feel like you were with me, Adlai, or maybe it was Tootie. And he pointed to that girl, and I walked over, and I was like, hey, you want to go to the prom with the guy from the radio? And she's like, yes. And I was like, come over, and I introduced her to Malex.
God. How many CDs did you give her?
Dude. No, Malex is a handsome boy.
I love him.
That was great,
Malex.
though. That was great.
Yeah.
That was like, you couldn't have timed that better. Think of that, though. Just think of that. Corrupting a 17-year-old boy and having him work
16.
at a radio station. Like that, I look back at it, I'm like, Lord, when I die, please forgive me for at least that one. That was bad.
Nothing.
You don't think that was awful? You're not supposed to bring a child in that environment.
Oh, hell. I once got a call in New York from a fake talent agent. You want to go play some tennis and wear high heel shoes and short shorts? I'm like, you're not an agent. Thanks for calling. I'm not taking a train.
Not falling
to
for
Long
that
Island
again.
in my underwear, and I can't play tennis. So, whatever.
Oh,
bit naive,
good
right?
times.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
so we should do this. Will be like a blast from the past. Doing some actual news with Vicky Valle.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Hold on,
This'll be
real
cool.
quick. As we're about to do that news, because I really want to do it. Vic, do you remember that time you bought that bling from Alex and you had to call, like it was the back of a Rolling Stone magazine, and you called the guy and he's like, "This is Heischel, the king of bling," and you bought Malex that fake chain. You were so proud of it. You're like, Malex, I got you something.
I thought it looked legitimate.
Oh, it did. It definitely
I'm sorry,
did.
legit.
That's it. All right.
What was Malik's reaction when you gave it to him?
He liked it. He was happy.
He dug it.
Oh,
Okay.
You could give Alex a cookie. It wouldn't matter. Here's
He
a
was
cookie.
excited just to be there for sure.
He's just
Yeah.
a sweet, Bubba. But he's all skinny
uncorrupted.
now. Is he all skinny now?
He's skinny and handsome. Like,
See what I mean?
Like he's
Slick.
he's a playboy now. Hold on,
Player.
but okay. As we're about to tell the news, because I want to do that. So everybody, we get bought out. They disband the morning house party, and then what happened?
Ooh.
You're talking about when you'd already split.
Yeah,
And it
I'd
was
already been
still-
fired.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
remember
got
that
bought.
too.
You were producing, and then they came in and were like, "Hey, we're bringing in Dirty Sanchez or something." Like what?
I just bought
Kid and Ruben. They bought Brit.
Yes,
They typed in Kid and Ruben
correct.
from Phoenix. That's right.
Correct.
Dude,
Which is-
and I don't know if this is a tomato or not. I was thinking about this. Do you remember Puerto Rico, the overnight guy?
Yeah. Why would that be a tomato? Is that a tomato for Vicky or for me?
Because remember
Oh, by the way, Vicky, if you want us to back up on
I
something,
know it's
say
like
the word tomato.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey. It's a safe word. Look at my red room back here. It's a safe word. Safe word.
not
I'm
like
down.
no, but
Vicky's down.
But it was all part of the plan too, because he would be meeting with the Clear Channel people, and we didn't know what was going on. We just thought everything was normal. Then all of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, they pulled us." Art LeBeau was in town, and I remember, at first we're like, Paco's like, "Oh, it's a usual trip." Art LeBeau's coming in, and then I think there was somebody from Clear Channel or something floating around, and Paco and Vicky, because Vicky the whole morning was like, "We're getting canned today. This is the day." Art LeBeau's coming in.
Vicky's a witch. I'm a bruja. And I only sense bad things.
Idea.
Dude, I knew for a while. You just know.
Yeah. And the day it happened too, she's like, "This is it."
This
and
is
Paco's
it.
like, "Nah, dude, nah." Art LeBeau's coming through. He's gonna visit, whatever, blah blah blah. It's whatever.
Please.
But Vicky's all, "Nope, today's the day. And sure enough, we got off the air at 10 o'clock, 10:01. Hey guys, we're meeting in the conference room.
No,
And we went
I
to
don't
the
want to
You're
be in the
welcome,
couples.
America.
Yeah, we should have just took off right then.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm running.
You could have met me at the Del Taco and had a nervous breakdown in the
yeah. So, but
So
they
upset.
can't. Art
Wait,
LeBeau's
you
like,
guys
yeah.
split up after you got fired collectively?
I think. Well, Paco went
Why
to
would you
Tejano.
do that? No, the day that they fired you, you guys should have gone drinking.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah.
That's
Dude,
what
it was
I
a
would've-
whirlwind though. That's what I remember. Like my head was spinning pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
me
holy
too.
crap, dude! What the
Yeah.
hell?
I
Yeah,
would've
we
been like,
probably
"Drinks
should have
on
went and got
me."
drinks. Yeah, but yeah, Paco went to Tejano. Speedy went over there too, I think. And you went to
did.
KNST, right? The news station, right?
Speedy?
Didn't you stay? No, you.
I went to KNST. Yeah, but it took
Okay.
me a while, maybe, I don't know, a couple months to get placed, but I was so ticked off. I didn't care, you know.
It was hard. It was hard. Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
bite my tongue. And even Mark Medina was the program
I
director at
remember
the
him.
time, and he was like, Adelaide, dude, we like you on the air. I want you to be my go-to guy on the air, the whole spiel, and just don't go, breaking stuff or writing on the walls. And I was like, dude, I got to let go, dude. I mean, what am I supposed to do? He's all stay, and then I worked for RW as the PD. Because Medina went over to New York, but dude, it was a different vibe. Mike, you talked about it being
breaking
corporate.
stuff and writing on the walls, bro. If somebody talked to me like
Oh
that,
my
I mean,
God.
I'd be like, let me help you out with something. I shot out Jose Luis's window. How about that? Huh?
Well, I have a good quick story. A former morning show host at KNST, and for the life of me, I cannot remember his name. It was years ago. Brought a gun in when he knew he was getting hosed, and they still let him on the air.
Holy God.
This is why usually you let people go before they go back to do their final broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a zinger, and that was AM radio.
What happened?
Wow.
Did he pull out his strap? I'm like, I'm not leaving. Y'all better listen to me.
It was pretty bad. It's like one of those weird episodes of 24.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I didn't work there. I wasn't working with him at the time. I think I was working because I worked multiple shifts. I worked like Savage in the afternoon. I worked Rush, but that was not a good day. And then I think after that,
crazy.
Clear Channel said no mas, because you don't want to shoot up the radio station.
Holy cow.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
now you're on
insane.
television. So explain how you got from radio to television.
I used to kind of double dip. So when I was
Hold
still
on.
working,
Before you answer that, are you working for that guy that used to talk to celebrities?
I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
All right, go ahead.
Skylar. Okay, we don't want to say his name. I'm sorry, my husband came in. He's getting me more gin and juice.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. What was the
Do
question?
you remember that guy
Nice.
that used to do those interviews, and then you worked for him for a little bit while you and I were working together, and you were on TV, and then you did some infomercial. But there was this guy, and he would interview celebrities, and I was always like, dude, that guy's not really in the room with them. And you're like, he is, Sketch. I'm telling you, he's in the room. Do you remember this guy?
I do not.
Local
Was it-
TV?
Yeah, it was local. Good, because that means you're not working for him now. This dude was a pervert, Adelaide. He had a thing for Vicky, but Vicky didn't want to believe it. And I was like, I'm telling you, this guy keeps getting you on these. He kept putting you on these like weird infomercials. And then I think you found out he was a pervert.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
Oh, I wish you guys had. You guys both have bad radio brain. Because I definitely
remember that.
I'm glad you at least remember the moaning commercial. All right, so let's get you to TV. So you were doing little TV type of things while you're in radio. And then how
Were
we
you
get to
talking
TV?
about a guy I dated?
No, dude, I'm telling you, you were working a hot, and there was this TV guy, and he interviewed celebrities, but he was a local Tucson guy.
Yes, I remember him.
And then he
remember-
asked you to be on this
Dude,
TV commercial,
God, you
and
were
you were
so
on this
good.
You were on this
remember
TV
him.
commercial, and but you played like a white mom, and you were like, people talk about my mom jeans or something like that. And then me and Pop kept busting your balls. We're like, that dude's a pervert, man. I'm telling you, that dude's a pervert. He's trying to get with you. And you're like, no, he's not. He's a 62-year-old man. He's married, blah, blah, blah. And then it turned out he was a pervert, and you didn't ever work for him no more.
Yeah, I actually met him pardon me, at the Sausage Deli.
Holy cow. You remember this dude now?
Sausage
You remember this
Deli.
dude?
Oh, I remember this dude now. I did like a full blown. It wasn't a commercial. It was like something for the Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
I had to wear a gown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty creepy. Yeah, we had to cut that cord, man. I only had half a turkey sandwich.
Oh, smart. Smart.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I
he was
remember
weird.
you did that thing for the Oscars, but then you did another commercial of some form. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Bedmart?
Maybe it was Bedmar. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
don't
who
know.
cares? Like, so as long as you remember that pervert, now I feel better about myself.
God, you were like
Good memory.
Best memory.
You know what? It's crazy because like I don't remember things at all. And then something will unlock a memory. And then I'm just like, oh, and it's crazy because Adelaide never catches them. So I could just be making up our entire 20s and Adelaide just go along with me. Like, I'm serious. He never remembers them. You know what? He remembers up until we get to Hot 98.3. So he remembers when we were grimy, dirty, DJ crew weirdos. And then
That's the best time.
I guess. And then
Good
he
times.
remembers.
Good times.
Thank
He
you, babe.
remembers like Hot
Thank you,
98.3
Tim. Thanks, babe. Yeah.
after I was gone. So, but anyways, so how do we get to TV? Come on.
I guess it just kind of was meant to be because the radio work dried up, but I was already double dipping and subbing for people like at KOLD, which is CBS TV out here, local affiliate, and Fox 11, doing traffic at 3:00 in the morning for people when they went on vacation. So just kind of got this little avenue. Mainly now it's just gig work, but you know, a job here and there. TV, they're commercials, but they're meant to look like business interviews, 2-minute segments. And
How does that work? Because you said that, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. It looks like a business segment, but it's a paid advertisement.
pretty much, it's just a one-on-one interview. Nowadays with the COVID thing, it's mainly Zoom, but it's kind of gotten a little better in Arizona where I can do a lot of dentists. I mean, a lot of doctors. Everything is medical now. Insurance,
Oh,
dent,
I
because
get it.
people haven't gone out of their house for 2 years. So now people want to get their teeth cleaned. They want to take their pet, to the vet. And so it's just blown up. I've had this much work, gig work. It's not steady part-time, not full-time, but my husband's retired and we're, knock on wood, doing okay. And I enjoy it. I get nervous. I mean, it's not my medium. I love radio. I just,
Dude, you got to
Love
put
it,
those
yeah.
up on your Facebook. You got to put some of
Gotta
those.
find some of those videos.
Yeah, some of those videos, or on a YouTube channel or something.
Really?
I think,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
man. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people would want to see that. Don't you think so, Adley?
I would love to see those.
All right,
That'd
don't
be
be
great.
selfish. I'm talking about a lot of people.
Sharing it. Yeah, share. I'd be one of a lot of people that
if you
would
want
want
to
to
know
see
what you
that.
pay for a teeth cleaning, that'll be fun, but sure.
No, I think
You
it'd
guys
be,
are
I
too
think
nice.
it'd be no. I think it'd be really interesting. I honest to God think it'd be really interesting because think about this: people like to see me and Adley, and we're just old Asian men expounding on how the young people are listening to the hippity hop. Like,
Yeah.
but they still watch us. So, like, I'm sure people would want to see Vicky Valle. You know what I mean? You're a bigger
I
star
totally
than we
agree.
are.
Totally
All right.
agree.
All right, speaking of stars, Vicky Valle was always a star with that news when we were younger, but now Adelaide's going to be giving us the news. So
Yay.
I don't feel like doing too much work this week, so we're going to pretend that this is our midday getaway. Hey, everybody, you're at work right now and your boss is a jerk, but Adelaide's about to make your day better by giving us some news. Adelaide, what do we got?
Okay, so Kanye West, he's been in the news a lot lately, but now usually it's about him, but this time it's actually him being a subject of the news. And I'm talking about Birdman. We all know him from the Lil Wayne stories we've done
man,
before.
The guy's awful.
Yeah, he's crazy.
God bless him. You're not awful, Birdman. Please don't shoot us. Or Vicky. She has nothing to do with this.
I don't know who he is.
Exactly.
You'll know.
See?
You'll know.
Okay.
But he's the one. Birdman. Just a quick little intro about him. He started Cash Money Records, and he brought us Juvenile, Lil Wayne,
Okay.
BG, all these other artists out of New Orleans. And this, this is back in the 20 plus years ago. He's still in the news, still doing things. We know him, Mike, because Mike talked about Cash Money later on and Young Money, and he brought us via Young Money. Drake. Nicki Minaj, these other
Wow.
artists too. So he's been
Ooh.
pretty relevant for a long time.
Who won't take the vaccine, by the way. But
Anyway.
anyways.
Uh-huh.
But
got
now
it.
he's saying he was interviewed recently, and they asked him like, "Hey, have you ever had a chance to sign somebody, but maybe missed an opportunity?" And I want to play this clip if you guys want to check it out. There's a couple of bad words in it, so I'm kind of I don't know, maybe I shouldn't play it, but
Play it.
play it. You guys ready? Okay,
Yeah,
check
go
this
for it.
out.
Let's
So
see what
I'm
we
gonna get this here ready for you real quick. It'll take 2 seconds, and it's not gonna let me share that audio. Anyways, dang it.
Damn
Maybe I
it.
can
Take
do
us
it
off the
this way.
screen.
Take
Take us
us
Here we
off
go.
the
Here we go.
screen.
I got it.
we
Okay,
go.
so check this out. So check it out.
like an artist, like you wish you would have fucked with a sign or did some business?
Fuck everybody but white, bro. Kanye West was with me before he was Kanye West. You didn't see that in Kanye what he is now? I knew he was special. I let him go. Why? Because I had Manny Fresh. Now I ain't want.
Oh, as a
Yeah,
because
he was a producer. I knew him as a producer, right? And I wasn't going to ever disrespect Manny Fresh because I started with Fresh. And it was going to be Fresh and Ye. So I had to let Ye go. He went to Rockefeller. I flew him to Rockefeller. And we always kept a bond. But he was with me at my house, living with me at my house. And I let him go do his stuff. And I wasn't going to play with Fresh because Fresh was my day one.
Yeah, so
right.
so from that story, he had the opportunity to sign Kanye West as a producer, but Manny Fresh was the main one, that was, behind the beats for all these guys, Juvenile, Lil Wayne, Cash Money, Big Timers, all that stuff. So he said, you know what? I already got my dude, my producer, so I'm going to pass on Kanye West. Here's what I want to ask you guys. For real? Are we calling BS on this? Did he really have that opportunity? What do you guys think?
Dude. Who's scarier? Birdman or Suge Knight? That's my question.
Ooh.
That dude is scary, bro. Like,
It's pronounced Suge Night.
what do you think, Vic?
Suge.
Who do you think's scarier? Birdman or Suge Knight?
Oh, Suge.
You think
Suge.
so?
Suge.
Dude, I'm telling you, this dude Birdman.
Is he dead? Is Suge dead?
No,
He's still around.
He's in jail.
Oh, he's
in
still
jail.
there. Yeah, well,
he?
then,
Oh.
hey, I'm going to vote for Suge.
Well, dude, this dude Birdman, he tricked Lil Wayne into like essentially giving him everything for his whole life. He could I don't know, man. What do you say, Adley? Suge Knight or Birdman?
I think Suge Knight will hurt you physically and get what he wants. There's no doubt about that. Have you signed contracts where you wouldn't sign unless you were hanging over a ledge of a balcony? And Birdman, there's probably some really tricky stuff going on back there too, because if you hear the other people's side of the story, I mean, Lil Wayne was held hostage, financially broke after putting out all these platinum albums, and wait, now, so Birdman is very dangerous too. They're both very dangerous, sharp. They're hustlers.
Now, if you're Kanye,
I don't know.
Would you sign to that? I'm not signing to that. And Kanye, like, you say what you want about Kanye West. Like, you can say he's nuts or whatever you want to say, and that's fine. He's a brilliant artist. He is all the way around. He is a brilliant artist. Okay. I also think he's a good judge of character. And I think he was like, man, I'm not signing with this dude. I'm not signing with this dude. I already know Jay-Z. Jay-Z, can you please sign me? You know what I mean?
Can I say one thing about Kanye West? His wife's bottom is large.
That's true.
I used to think J-Lo's, even my dad, who was a federal agent, said, boy, that's a big butt. And then we saw Kim Kardashian and we went, whoa.
Yes, she has. She has
Did
booty.
she have the butt extensions?
That'll be a mystery. I think we'll never know, because there's definitely rumors about her having some butt operations.
Yeah, well, let me white women like a small behind. White men like us. Yeah, I'm never going to have my butt enlarged.
It's a dangerous operation.
Dude, I'll just wear Mariah Carey's butt pads.
Butt pads.
They cost like $25 on Amazon.
Oh, nice, very nice, but worth it. But it's interesting though. But who knows? I mean, did he?
I don't know.
Birdman's made a few claims that you just like. Well,
I don't think
no
Kanye
way to
would
prove
sign
him
to
wrong.
him. I think Kanye would have been like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm being honest. Like, would you sign? I wouldn't. Like, I don't care.
Probably not. No. Would you Would you use the name Birdman? That seems a little girly to me.
This dude's a gangster, Vicky.
I'll look him up. But
I'm scared of Birdman.
Who's Machine Gun Kelly?
Well, we'll get there.
That's
Don't worry,
another story we got to talk about.
Sounds
too,
like a lovely gentleman.
All right. All right. So what we're saying is you don't believe the story. Is that what you're saying, Adley?
It's there's no way to prove it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking Kanye, because he blew up in what, 02, 03. There's a possibility. I mean, when you're living out of your car or struggling or whatever, and you know there's offers on the table, you possibly could. But then I'm thinking like even Birdman, he's got one producer, but you got like 20 artists. Why would you not bring on another producer? We talked about it for the morning house party. You can have a couple producers. Why not?
Nah, I can see that. I can
Really
see that.
sticking with one dude.
I could see if it's true. I could see that being the truth. Like,
Yeah.
but Birdman scares me, dude. I'm scared of Birdman. After he went down to Charlemagne's radio station and threatened him. Like,
Oh, that guy.
yeah,
Yes.
like I didn't do
Put
anything.
some respect on it.
Yeah.
That guy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Gangster.
telling you. I know. See him or Suge. Now,
Yeah.
now, I mean,
Suge,
don't get me
right.
wrong. I'm still afraid of Suge, but like,
I have a collect call. It's for Suge night.
but this dude's free. He can drive to Pennsylvania with a gun. Like, no, thank you. Suge is
my
in jail. It's like, what are you gonna do, Suge? You're in jail. All right.
Yeah. Interesting though. But then again, too, Kanye's sound would have been different for the New Orleans sound, the Cash Money sound. It would have been an odd new sound because that was totally different. So, all right, moving
That
on
would have
to
been honey mustard. Anyways,
now we're gonna move on to. Oh, you might have a take on this, Vicky. Now, Instagram, they have Instagram Kids, the app. It's aimed at under 13. So you're looking at the 10 to 13 range. Now, so they have this thing. Yeah, the tweens.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we got this app, whatever. There's parental controls on it or whatever. Anyways, they get some blowback from parents, lawmakers, people are saying like, hey, wait a sec. You can have a ton of predators going on this app and taking advantage of these kids.
Ooh. Yeah.
So you're thinking like, okay, they paused it. But then the guy from Instagram, I'll have to look up his name, but he's kind of the main guy, the CEO. He said, hey, look, we've got this app. It's got parental controls, and it's something that kids need. We want to show people that the kids need this Instagram Kids app. And I'm thinking like, okay, with the 10, Mike's got a couple young kids. I got a 10-year-old. You're kind of thinking like, first of all, you need to pay attention to what your kids are doing on social media or anything, watching videos, even YouTube. You don't know what they're watching and stuff too. But do the kids really need this app? That's what I want to ask you guys. Do they need it?
Oof.
so Instagram's owned by Facebook, and the last week the Wall Street Journal leaked their internal audit, and they'd known for years that 1 in 3 girls who'd had the Instagram app on their phone that were in high school had body issues, like body dysmorphia issues. And then 6% of teenagers link wanting to commit suicide to the app, to Instagram. Dude, when you study the psychology of these apps, first of all, the amount of information they're collecting from you is awful. And by the way, I know a lot of people hate the media. What the media presented to the public was, oh, Facebook treats celebrities different. That's the big reveal. And it's like, that's not the big reveal. The big reveal is you're brainwashing our society and getting us to scream into an echo chamber and not love our neighbors. Like, that's the big reveal of Facebook and Instagram. Do you want that for your 10-year-old? I don't want that for my 10-year-old,
Yeah, agreed. So either way, you've got to be careful on what they're looking at, what they're viewing. And then here's the flip side, though, too. I mean, you go back to the 80s and 90s, there was always the issues with, oh, you know what, as a female, and males, too, get it on some level. But, you look at magazines. You walk through the 7-Eleven store, and there's, all the magazines, Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. You're like, and people are like, I can't live up to that body. So it was back in the day even, but now Instagram, this Instagram Kids app, you got 12-year-olds, scrolling like, I can't compete with that. I can't. Now I'm feeling bad about myself. And then that's where the downfall is. The best thing to do, I think, is just not do social media except Chino Brothers podcast on YouTube.
That's
it. But dude, you got to monitor your kids, man.
Wait, I agree. Vicky, what's your take on this?
Well, I think it's sick. I mean, we always had bullying back in school. Girls are the worst, by the way. And maybe it's different now with boys. I just have 2 grown stepchildren, but I've been through it as a girl. And I'd say middle school is the worst. It's puberty. And girls, they're vicious. They can be mean. And we didn't have that stuff, thank God, back then. We had the school bus, okay?
What what the studies are showing is that these girls are going to school, being bullied, and then coming home and hoping, this should be a safe place. But because these apps are created so addictive, and their frontal lobe isn't completely developed yet, it's engulfing them, and then they're being bullied at home and they're being bullied at school.
Oh, it's absurd. It's kind of an upside down world right now anyway. So I would highly discourage. I can see where parents would want that 100%.
So my kids don't have phones yet. I don't know. Does Kate have a phone?
Yeah, he has a phone.
Yeah. So Neo and Sach don't have phones yet. And like when I drop Nehemiah off at school, the line of kids who have phones is so long.
Yeah.
And he goes in the line without the phone. So he always gets right in front of the line. But like, dude, I want to keep my kids safe and innocent for as long as I can. But at the same time, I send them to school in the city, and like we watch the Rush Hour series. Like I have a weird relationship with my kids where I'm like dad, but then at the same time I'm like, Chris Tucker's not that bad. I'll just fast forward the sex scenes and
sketch. What's the line with the phones? They have to turn their phones in, or in Pennsylvania, so they can't take.
Okay.
But what if they had an emergency where they had to call you as a dad? They can't do that.
I guess they have to have the teacher get it for them. It's because it's so that way the kids don't mess around on their phones.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Because that's all they'll do is just mess around on their phones all day.
Okay, yeah.
But my thing is it's I don't want society telling my kids what's normal. I don't. And I don't want an echo chambered society telling my kids what's normal. I want to tell my kids what's normal.
Well, you're the parent.
Yeah, I'm their dad. Yep. Let me do that. So, Mr. Zuckerberg, I'd rather you not. And I know this is very funny. I apologize, but I'm being honest. But Mr. Zuckerberg, I'd appreciate you not bring that to my kid. I'll say this, and then we can get to the next story. But, dude, when Cade was doing homeschool, did they do Microsoft Teams?
Maybe. Like it was like kind of a Zoom version.
Yeah. So Nehemiah did Microsoft Teams. And there's a social media aspect to it. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't indoctrinate my children at your school. Like, oh man, you don't know how hot I got about it. Like, so anyways, neither here nor there.
You got to watch that social media stuff. No doubt about that. So, all right, we got one more story coming up. And this one is about Machine Gun Kelly. And now just to fill you in, Vicky, he's actually, he kind of blew up a couple years ago, because he wrote that song to Eminem, because Eminem wouldn't work with them. So he kind of wrote a diss track, Rap Devil, which was a rebuttal to Eminem's Rap God. And it was actually, it was really good, actually. Okay. I thought it was a pretty decent song. The guy's from Cleveland, Ohio. He was trying to actually, almost reach out to Eminem. And dude, if you look at YouTube right now, it's probably got 1 billion views now. Wow. And it's amazing. But then we find out he's kind of odd too. He goes from rap to and he goes to rock.
They all are.
Yeah, he goes to rock. And we actually talked to Chris Urbanic?
Yeah, Chris Urbanic.
We talked to him. So he'd worked with him.
Wow.
So Chris in Pittsburgh, he does all this. He's the head of security. Actually, we're gonna have him back on the show because the Stones are coming in, and he's head of security for them. So he does the head of security for all these big artists. But dude, like Machine Gun Kelly just seems like a douchebag. So if you're not familiar with the guy, he's a skinny white dude from Cleveland, which everybody in Pittsburgh hates Cleveland, so I'm trying to be nice about it. Then on top of it, like,
I'll share a picture too.
None of us had heard of him. Yeah, none of us had heard of him until he dissed Eminem.
Is that what?
Yes, that's him. Yes, that's him.
What is he, like a transvestite runway model? What the hell is that?
Probably.
What's that outfit?
It's
good night.
That was a great picture too, Adley.
That's
something that I would have used.
You know what? That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see.
Yeah, I miss real MCs, Vicky.
Oh my god.
I miss real MCs. I miss DMX.
I like a wife beater. Okay,
yeah,
I don't need parachute pants.
And a woman's nylon shirt.
Yeah, exactly. And a brassiere.
Yeah.
Okay?
So anyway, he was this hip hop dude. He's tattooed all up. He's real skinny, and nobody had really heard of him until he took a run at Eminem. But he did that while he was opening up for Fall Out Boy. So he's on this Fall Out Boy tour.
Yeah, okay.
And he'd film himself in front of their crowd and be like, "Look at all these people that hate Eminem." That's when I started hating him.
7 of them. It's like a Biden rally.
Yeah.
Where am I? I get a little circle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's and
Where do
just
I
to add
sit?
to that too. So Machine Gun Kelly, he gets into kind of a beef with Slipknot. Remember that old rock
Oh
group
my
where they wear the
gosh.
masks?
Who cares?
Yeah, and they write a
What?
song together. Corey Taylor's the main guy, the main singer from Slipknot, and then Machine Gun Kelly doesn't put he's
Hold
all,
on.
hey,
Do you have a picture of Slipknot for Vicky?
Oh.
no,
That'd be so fun.
we gotta find one, but
Oh, yeah.
but they wear the weird masks and stuff, and
They're the
from,
weirdest
like,
looking band you've ever seen in your life.
Are they the COVID?
Dude, you
COVID
definitely got to find a
masks
picture
or
of these
what?
guys
something
for
like
Vicky.
that. I'll find one for you while we're talking. But Machine
Go
Gun
ahead.
Kelly, he has a rock album that he released, his most recent one, and he had a song on there with Slipknot. But then he says, "Hey, I'm not gonna forget that. I'm not gonna have it." And at this concert where he got booed, he's all, "Man, thank goodness I'm not like a 50-year-old wearing a weird, creepy mask on stage," like a diss to Slipknot because they're older
Oh, yeah.
and they wear masks. So everybody's all, it was in Kentucky.
They're
Oh my gosh.
They're jarring, if you will. They're jarring.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Slipknot's from Iowa, so right there in that same area of the country.
yeah.
So
I'm
everybody
gonna
starts
Iowa
flipping
you
off.
and
Boo you, F you, bro,
cow-tip
whatever.
you and
Yeah, exactly. They're like, dude, you suck. So, and then of course, he's got Machine Gun Kelly has to be a tough guy because his arms are,
Yeah.
skinny.
Very
I mean,
big.
he's not a big dude.
not a big
and,
guy.
thinner than mine. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, so he goes.
Hold
and
on,
he
wait,
ends up-
Vicky. Since you don't know anything about Machine Gun Kelly, he's dating Megan Fox, the
Oh,
girl
yeah.
from the Transformer movies. He's dating her.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's dating
Wow.
her. Yeah.
Well, she's not
Insane.
ugly.
Not at all.
yeah,
Oh my
she's
God.
attractive. Yeah,
Oh,
she's a good looking chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Holy
I don't know,
cow.
Machine Gun Kelly, he's just, he's just such a goofball. You're like, what are you doing, dude? And here's Slipknot. So,
Okay.
and Slipknot back in the day, they're from the 90s too. And
Oh, I kind of remember them.
Ugh,
Were they
so
grunge?
weird.
Were they grunge or
They were
Just
like
metal,
hard rock,
hard
metal,
metal.
yeah.
well, like Tool or Metallica?
hardcore.
Yeah. In
They're
that,
like
in that.
war.
I love
Okay,
Tool.
jeez.
I love Tool. Oh my god.
Get
So,
rid
yeah.
of that. Get rid of that.
Can't
ugly
look at
band.
it
It's so horrible.
Can't look at
They're so horrible. You're gonna give me nightmares.
Oh my gosh.
Ah,
So
dude.
yeah, the truth comes out though, because Machine Gun Kelly's like, I don't want these guys in my song, so I dropped it. But the truth comes out. Corey Taylor, the main guy from Slipknot's all, dude, here's the email from Travis Barker, who's the drummer for Machine Gun Kelly, saying, dude, this isn't for me, dude. I don't want to be on the Machine Gun Kelly record. No disrespect. It's just not my style. No hard feelings. I wish you guys the best of luck. So Machine Gun Kelly just being like, whatever, dude. I didn't want him on there anyways, and glad I'm not an old dude. So he got booed, and I felt like, Mike, you're pretty happy that he got booed and flipped
Oh
off.
yeah, definitely.
Well,
Wow.
It's a flash in the pan, man. Like these
Yeah.
guys aren't making music. If you're gonna do music, make music. And when you make music, I gotta hear it and go, I've never heard anything like this before. I'm like you, Vicky. So like I don't know a lot of new artists and stuff like that.
No.
And like 2 years ago, I saw Paul McCartney, Rihanna, and Kanye in this. They'd made this song, and it was, I mean, just
Wow.
when you heard it, you got to look it up on YouTube. But at that point, it was already 2 years old. I was playing it for my staff. I'm like, have you heard this? Have you heard this symphony? They're like, that old song. I'm like, oh my gosh, never mind.
Yeah. I love a symphony, man. And speaking of Rihanna, God bless her.
With that shirt, with the
Oh, dude, we got
What does the shirt say?
a woman with courage here. We got
What'd she
somebody
say?
that's just, that speak
Think while
freely
you can?
before it's illegal or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, think before it's
a
illegal.
think before
Yeah.
it's illegal. That's what her shirt said.
Yeah.
It was red, white, and blue.
And she had a red hat on with nothing on it. So
So-
you take that as you will.
All right, so hold on, Vic. So in your opinion, how do you see this playing out in the next 4 years?
Phew, badly.
I mean, just play it out for us.
Well, I live in Arizona. We just had an audit out here, and people are very angry out here. They're going to start to flip Georgia. I think we're going to see, good or bad, kind of an uprising in this country. I mean, people let's talk about 50 Cent if we can for 1 minute.
We love
If
50
y'all
Cent.
don't mind.
We've
Okay.
been talking about 50 Cent for a lot
I'm
of
sorry,
this podcast.
it's pronounced 50. It's 50 Cent, and it's suge. It's
It's
suge.
50 cents.
It's 50 and it's suge. Okay. 50 Cent is not a happy camper. Grew up in New York, all of a sudden didn't like the people in New York, which I can kind of understand because I lived there. And he said, you know what? Screw it. I'm not paying 62% in income tax. I'm going to pick up shop and move to Texas.
Yeah, I moved to Texas.
He said, I love Texas.
62% in income tax
And
in the
that's
state
just
of New York.
That's just federal. That's not
federal?
state income and local.
How do
So what are you going to take?
Ridiculous.
You want to take home, you guys work hard. You want to take home 2 cents on the dollar? Live there.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
And try California. They're at 60, 61. And this is the
Cali's bad too.
new regime. Yeah. And so all of a sudden we're getting everyone immigrating to Arizona and Texas, and people are fleeing, obviously, California and New York. Florida is going to get a lot of new customers.
Florida and Texas, yep.
Oh, of course. Well, if you had a business, would you live there? I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah. You can't make any money.
Great. It's
I don't know how
cray.
anybody makes money in New York City. One time, me and Sherilyn, we got tickets. You know how they scam you. Hey, you want to go see a comedy show? Yeah, here's 2 free tickets.
God.
But then you got to buy the drinks. You know, the drinks are like $19. But anyways, we're standing in line.
25.
Yeah, standing in line with all these people from New York, and this Puerto Rican lady standing there. And so finally, I struck up a conversation with her, and I was just like, "How do you save any money?" And she's like, "Oh, I save my little $100 here, $100 there." I'm like, if all I was saving is $100, I would be very frustrated. I would be desperately angry with myself. But I didn't say that to her. Like, how do you survive? I can't figure out, like, how do you like?
You don't. I mean, if you make a couple $100,000, but I mean, I moved there. My first apartment out of college was $950 a month. And that was in 1998.
I feel like if you're making a couple $100,000, you're still breaking even in New York.
And that's what they call pre-war. Which war? Civil War? I mean, shit. I turn on my faucet and the tar would pour out of the faucet toward the ceiling. Which war? The Revolutionary War?
Holy cow.
It was ghetto, man. And that was like luxury. Al Pacino lived in that building. I'm like, really?
Holy cow.
Oh,
It
wow.
was bad.
It was when he was poor. That's before he became famous.
Before he blew up.
Yeah, that's not.
Living on a cot, down by the river. I don't know. It's crazy.
So what's your opinion of that dress that AOC wore at the at that event? I don't even know what's going on with that. Well, explain the story to me, because I don't really know the story. I just saw the dress.
Well, they went to a Met Gala, the Met, New York City, where the opera is and everything, and the elite of the elite, the Hunger Games, I call it.
Wow.
Let them that's the Hunger Games. So she goes there in a dress that probably costs $50,000. Looks like crap, in my opinion. Spray painted on the back, tax the rich. Well, they photoshopped it on Facebook. Let them eat cake.
Do you think?
That's great.
Do you think somebody tagged it, or do you think she had an artist make it look like somebody tagged it? Because that's what I think. I think she had an artist hired.
I think she paid for that dress, which is even worse.
Yeah.
She said we have to have a conversation about rich people. You're at the gala. Did she pay $30,000 to get in there? I don't think so.
Yeah, doubtful. Someone paid to have her there and show off, and it's like she could afford it though.
She is dumber than a box of rocks.
Yeah,
wait, hold on. Do you think that she hired like a graffiti artist to paint that on the back of her dress, or do you? No,
I think that was a real designer that made. You think
the
dress.
Designer made the
dress?
Yeah, I do.
I think it probably cost at least $20,000. Yeah.
What do you?
I could be wrong. My clothes all come from like TJ Maxx and crap.
Oh yeah, we know. We shop there.
I love TJ Maxx. What's wrong with that?
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Ross, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Honestly, just so she could brag about it, I bet you she could say like, "Hey, I had so and so street artist paint this on here."
Yeah,
and she paid him a ton of money. Like, but it was kind of getting her street cred that way. Like, I had so and so ghetto artist do it. Yeah,
a bartender from Queens. Give me a break.
Give
me a break.
Do you guys?
Do you make a good taco? Can you do anything right?
Do you guys think she'll ever become president?
No, thank God.
Rascal's on. Rascal's commenting.
I don't want to. Rascal, put your comment up, but. The designer owes back taxes in 2 different states. I cover Vicky when I put the comments on.
Oh,
so I'm like,
is it bad? Did I say something bad?
No, click on it so Vicky can read it.
Just so you can read it real quick.
I made like 2 mistakes so far already. The designer owes. Oh wow.
Are you being serious, Rascal, or are you
I
just
think he's
saying that?
being funny.
Like, well,
It's probably
oh, poor Vic
we
fell
lost
out
her.
again.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, the left got her.
Do you want me to
Vicky got canceled right on the Tino.
Oh, dude, I want to lob one more at her, dude. I love it. Like,
She'll
she's
be
going
back.
to work.
She'll come back. But
Are you getting uncomfortable? Are you getting uncomfortable?
My booty's getting achy.
Oh, okay. No, I meant with the questioning.
Oh, Rascal serious as a heart attack. Okay.
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Look at that.
Are you getting
Rascal up on
uncomfortable with
his
the
knees.
questioning, Adley?
No, dude. I enjoy all this stuff, but my booty is getting numb
All right.
from sitting. Is that Vicky right there?
Vicky's texting me. She says her phone cut out again.
I wonder if she hasn't plugged in. We did get a comment. It's fascinating to see three imbeciles having a frivolous conversation.
Who said that?
This is from Twitch, from our Twitch too. So
Oh,
it's all frivolous.
pills.
It's totally.
Pills in Ibiza. Do you know what that is?
That's a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that was good. My brother's hopping on. CJ, I don't know who CJ is. He gave us a thumbs up though. CJ Van.
Well, CJ,
Sweet,
when
man.
Vicky gets back her, I'm gonna ask her what she thinks. What's the next one? Oh, the border. I'm gonna ask her about that.
Well, dude, yeah, because remember we talked to Earn Dollars about and Rascal. Well, Rascal's in Arizona, right? And down on the border, it's got to be the Border Patrol. You do not want to work for the Border Patrol right now. That's got to be just
How much
brutal.
do you think they got to pay guys to go work for them?
Dude, you can't get a guy to work at McDonald's for $20 an hour and an iPhone. So I don't know, dude. That's a tough gig because
Oh, bro, I would never
flood it
take
down
that gig.
there.
Could you imagine like the cartel just being like, we know where you live, we know who your family is, we know where your kids go to school. I'd be like, brother, I already quit that job. You ain't getting no drugs through
dangerous,
me.
man. Dangerous, dude. Yeah, that's a scary gig. Dude, then the horse thing. Remember the horses? The horses were there. And they're like, it looked like, oh yeah, Vicky, good. We're glad you're back because we got to ask you about
guys.
the border.
What do you think about the border, Vic?
Not good.
As long as you have a whip and a horse, you're good.
Oh yeah, well, hitting people with reins and all.
Yeah, it's like that was
never.
Dude, I heard today
It didn't
that
happen like that,
President
right?
Biden has never been to the border before. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
and
Yeah,
neither did she. She went to a border patrol station probably an hour out. That's not true.
Yeah, that was outside of El Paso, which is the northernest most part of the border.
Yeah, you
right?
have to be
Something like that.
very selective about what you believe and read. And back in the day, that was like us too, but not
near what it is like today.
Oh my gosh. I used to buy a USA Today and believe, by the way, back in the station, I want to tell you one more thing. I had no internet and no television.
So is it the newspaper?
Yeah, that I bought at
Isn't that
Circle
crazy?
K driving in. But I tell you, like on 9/11, and we were there that day, and that hit, I had nothing. I had people calling, women.
Holy cow.
It was
We found
horrible.
it. Remember, we found a TV somewhere and we put it in the studio.
I do remember that.
That was what we did. Was
They sent us home. They went to live feed, ABC
Just
News or whatever it was.
whatever news. Yeah, it was just all.
Yeah, it was
like,
ABC,
well, I guess-
yeah.
Oh, that was a creepy day.
God have mercy.
That was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, never
20 years,
again.
man. 20 years ago.
Can you believe that? We're older now, huh? Older and wiser.
Vicky talks to us like we're young. Like, well, you guys are too young for this. It's like we're the same age. Don't worry about it.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we absolutely are. I feel like I'm a couple years older than you, to be totally honest with you. Because I feel like because I'm
Should we
close
do?
to Paco's
Do you want
age.
to do like full disclosure? Go.
Everybody already knows me and Adelaide's age. I'm 49. He's 50.
I graduated high school in '89.
I was
I dro-
87, but I was 2 years ahead of my class
So
because
we're probably the same. What?
Yeah,
well,
see?
I was born in '70.
71 end of 71.
See, you're younger than me.
Also, you're younger than me.
and
Am I
not,
the youngest one?
And not a gray hair on your head. See,
Look
like I
at
got all this
that.
gray right
Look at
here. Your
that.
hair is all
Thank
nice
you,
and dark.
L'Oreal. of
Dude,
Paris.
you know who's the old one? Rascal's the old one.
Oh,
No
God
way.
bless him.
Now Rascal, he was is he my Marine?
Yeah, he was a Marine.
Yeah, I
he was
remember
His
that,
Marine.
yeah.
His hair is as white as Santa Claus now.
No way.
Yeah, because I told him, I was like, Rascal, man, you know, when I started going bald, you just told me, wear a ball cap. I'm like, that was the best advice you ever gave me. He goes, you want to know why I wear a ball cap? He took his hat off, and it looked like, I'm Mr. Snow Miser. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Five Below. I was like, oh, man. He even knew. He was clowning
Rascal's
himself.
the homie. Rascal's the homie. That's
I love
crazy.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
He's doing radio in
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when Rascal was
Good.
on the show, you gotta watch the show. But when Rascal was on the show, he's like, I got arrested, I had a felony, and then a year later, I got this job at this radio station. We're like, wait a minute, you told us you've been working there for a
It's
year.
so Puente Lee.
So
Everyone
last
here
year?
is welcome.
No, it's his new job.
Looks like Chente. Okay.
There he is right there.
Hi, Baba.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Rascal,
Good
you never
man.
told us what you went to jail for, though. You just brought that up on the show
oh, we
nonchalantly.
don't need to touch.
Don't do that, huh?
As my dad would have said, need to know. Need to know.
Oh, dude, I got one more question for Vicky.
Yeah.
Morning house party. And whose idea was poop lottery? Where everybody would eat a coin. Everybody ate a different, whether it was a quarter or a nickel or dime, and then everybody would poop, and you'd have to figure out who pooped the quarter and who
I'm
pooped.
going to say Paco because that's
See?
his sense
Okay.
of humor, but
Thank
I could
you.
be wrong. You'd have to check with Mr. Francisco.
I think he's trying to pin it on Adlai. He's saying
Well-
that he didn't do it.
Well,
Or
you know
it
what
could-
Mike
it
got?
could be Adelaide.
You know what Mike got in trouble for?
Hmm.
The Aaliyah seance.
No, I didn't get.
That was
Remember,
wrong.
Paco's all sketch. You did the Aaliyah seance, and it was me that did.
No,
the
Adlai
Aaliyah
did it.
seance.
No, what he said was the best bit that you ever did sketch was the Aaliyah seance.
Oh.
And then you said, that was me. And I was like, oh, man.
We did some bad stuff, man.
Oh, we got death threats after that one.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, people
the
were
FCC
pissed about
would have-
that.
Can I give a few shout outs?
Yeah,
Please
absolutely.
do. Yes.
Okay, now I got to mention white people too. Is that okay?
You're
Everybody's welcome
at
here.
First, I was like, "Oh, Vicky's the first white person on the show," but you're the second white person because Chris Urbanik was on the show.
Okay, well, we have to mention Alan Herman, even though.
Oh, fudge that fellow!
Okay, we won't talk about.
No,
it.
no, please,
Do you
please.
know where he's at?
I don't know what.
Oh.
Are you? I saw him at some remote, dressed in some disco suit. I don't even know what the hell's going on here.
Yeah,
Do you remember
We were-
that remote? It was
Was he
so
dressed up like a
awkward.
lady?
he was dressed up like a
It was like
lady.
some salesperson at an RV park. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Some leisure suit on. Okay, moving on.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
No, we
Who was
did
there?
we did a whole.
Do you remember that?
We did a whole 40 minutes on Alan Herman one day, and Adlai was afraid that he might be a big program director in another market. So I was like, bro, because I put him
He's
on
in Arts
blast,
Boxers.
He's an arts bar.
dude. I cannot. I can't stand that guy. Did you like that guy, Vicky? Alan Herman?
Hell no.
Exactly. I can't stand that guy. That guy was awful. Oh,
Hey, you mentioned the Four Queens earlier in Vegas. We had a Christmas raffle, and I won a 2-night stay at the Four Queens. from
No,
him.
do you love that patio? That's the best patio in downtown.
Well, he told me
Never
he's off.
stay
You
on
don't-
the strip.
Yeah, and he
Never.
told me he's off. You don't have anybody to go with, and I was like, yeah, I'll find someone. I'll
Oh
find
my-
someone.
Oh my god, that's a creepy hangover sexually awkward weekend.
oh my God! I didn't know that
It's where
story.
you wake up with a monkey tattoo on your ass.
No comment. No comment. But
All right, more shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
Paco, you guys, of course, Paco and Chico, Speedy. I didn't know.
Aw.
Yeah, God bless.
Yeah, Rascal, Lino, Father Kino.
Yes, working at the
Yeah.
strip club.
No.
Wait, Father
still?
Kino's working at a strip club?
I see every once in a while he posts something on Facebook, and it's at a strip club, and he's DJing. So
Oh man,
We're
come on, Father
horny.
Kino.
Let's do it. Right in. There's my song.
Father
Okay.
Kino, you need to get Vicky some passes, some free passes.
Vicky be
CDs West.
Vicky be the oldest stripper in the club
No, you can go to have fun
and the
Oh,
only
Lord.
white person. Okay.
as long as you play pony.
Uh, and regulators. Melissa,
Oh,
Oh, she's still working in Tucson.
she is. She,
Right,
I think
right,
she,
yeah.
well, probably not at the Death Star. You know, CC
No, she's
channel. We
she's
called
working-
it the Death Star.
yeah, she's at a
Clear
mom and
Channel,
pop
you
now.
call it the Death Star.
Oh yeah, Alan
Yeah,
K.
I remember
Becky,
that.
Yeah, Death Star. Okay, you remember Star Wars. Earn dollars. I'm sorry, pardon me. Dollars.
Oh man,
Marco.
Oh, where's he at? Was he still at Clear Channel when you were there or no?
You know, I don't know. No. Well, he hung on for a while. Yeah, longer than me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Beef
Melissa.
Smith.
Yeah.
He told us the most vulgar joke one time, Vicky. It was like
I don't want to know.
Oh
He
my
was always
We gotta
like,
find him.
like Joe
Somebody
Bidening after
find
my boobs and
Do you-
stuff. I
you
was
remember
sniffing
he-
my hair and stuff.
Remember he used to have that hand exerciser thing, and he'd walk around with it.
Listen.
It
Mickey.
wasn't a hand exerciser.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
Tio,
Oh,
Tio, of course. Tio. Mickey. What was his name?
Mickey, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Round in here.
Mickey.
Y'all gonna make me lose
I want to
my mind.
F word with you. That's what he'd say. Vicky, I want to F word with you.
Regulators.
Your wife is my baby mama. That was the best. That was his best line. That was his best line ever. Your wife is my baby mama. I was like, oh,
Oh
man.
my God,
so good.
Tio. He's the one that destroyed the bathroom. Okay.
It was me, Vic. I'm sorry. I
No, it
apologize.
wasn't you. It was Tio. Did you blame him like a dog?
Yes,
that
I
has
did.
Gas?
I did.
What's wrong with you as a human being?
I know. I was a scumbag back then.
He was a nice guy. Tio
I
was
was
nice.
a scumbag back then. I've changed my ways, but I promise you, I was a scumbag.
Okay, how about Cole?
Oh, dude, we talk
Cole.
about Cole sometimes on the show.
Yep.
I'm so
yep.
glad that you brought him up.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Hello, Vicky
You could do
Valle.
it. Yeah, and what was his jam was, yeah, you can do it. But
When you
can do it.
when you
I
put
can
on
do
You Can Do It. So
Yeah.
Cole
Yeah.
was a pudgy Caucasian guy who was really square. Like, I mean, Hollywood cast a nerd, it would be Cole. And he would come to the club and he had that real high pitched voice like Urkel, chubby white fella. And then as soon as Adlai will put on Ice Cube, You Could Do It, he'd go, yeah. And he'd go out and dance like a star in like the
loved it.
middle of the dance floor. Oh my gosh. And then he'd come give you a hug. It's like, bro,
That's right.
you are so sweaty right now. I hate this.
That's
Oh,
right.
my Cole.
Ooh.
Used to
Yeah.
go to Putney's once in a while at the bar and he'd walk in. Hello, Vicky Valle.
Amazing.
Hello, Vicky Valle. Oh my God. R-Dub.
R
Say hi
Dub.
to him. Yeah.
He's still
Well,
around.
God
He's
bless
still
you
doing
guys.
his things. Yeah, slow jams.
He's probably
blowing up.
big pimping.
He's a
never-
world
I don't know.
traveler.
God
too.
bless Arda.
He's a
He'll
world
never be-
traveler.
He'll never be poor. He's one of those people
never be
that'll
poor.
come out in the top, man. He'll never be poor.
You're probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Richard, and I'm not going to say Potato Head because he's watching right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I love my
Hi,
Richard.
Richard.
Terry Wentz. Terry.
dude, you know what?
Yeah.
Durango Terry?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Durango
yeah.
Terry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potato
Good
Head. So Richard, me and Adlai weren't talking, and he sent me an email, and he was like, "How's Adlai doing?" And I was like, "I don't talk to Adlai no more." And he was like, "That guy was like family to you. You need to send him an email, or you need to talk to him."
No kidding.
And that's what brought me and Adlai back together after he
right.
got the show.
Yeah.
Richard did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. I didn't
know, isn't
know
that crazy?
guys.
Yeah.
The
Like,
guy, he'd wear the
Yeah.
extra small, the Hot 93 People Station. He was a walking billboard.
Oh,
Remember
He
that?
was so proud.
Yeah.
He had a sorry,
had a
Richard.
lisp.
I gotta tell a 10-second story. He had the flag up, I think it was Rush Limbaugh or something, and then Paco had the Che Guevara flag up and they got in a fight. Do you remember that?
no,
That's
So
awesome.
that's awesome. Because
didn't
Pac
know this?
doesn't even care about politics. He's just
Dude,
doing it to do
It was
to be an
probably
a-hole.
cool. You know, if people wore the T-shirt, they don't know what that
Yeah.
person means. So they made Richard take the Rush Limbaugh thing down, and then Paco had to take the Che thing down.
They didn't take both of them down.
It's so funny to
That's
be
for
there.
you,
That's
Richard.
awesome.
And I'm a minute and 57 in, dear. He'll see it. Yeah.
When that was a true story. When me and Adlai, when Adlai took the morning gig, we didn't talk for like 3 years.
It was a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
and then-
Why?
It was weird.
It's
It was
just
weird.
like, dude,
was
I'll
strange.
say this: when we were gonna start the show, we were gonna start the Chino Brothers. Me and Adlai were talking to my friend Zach, and Zach, he's a brilliant engineer, just one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday night, him and I will talk, and we'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about finances, things like that. And then he helped me start a homeless ministry out here too. Just a really
Wow.
cool guy, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Neither here nor there. Me and Adlai were kicking it around with Zach, like, should we start a podcast? And Adlai apologized to me then, which was like 5 months ago. He's like, Sketch, I am so sorry I took your job. I'm like, bro, it's radio. You had to
Yes.
take a job. Like,
It's incestuous. You can't
Yeah.
help. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
going
but-
to eventually. Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, all that being said, it's just like Potato Head, Richard, whatever we're going to call him because he's your friend. And God bless him. He was like, dude, Well, because he'd send me these emails and they're kind of corny, but I was like, dude, I'm a Christian now. I got to be nice. So he'd be like, hey, you jamming out in Pittsburgh? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm jamming, da 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 da. Like, this corny stuff. And then that's when he asked me about Adlai, and I was like, I don't talk to that cat no more. And he was stern when he replied. He was stern like I didn't put that. What was that stupid thing called? The shortcut or whatever. I didn't put it up right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was stern. He was like, look, man. That's your family. Like that's your real good friend. Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Good.
And then me and Ad started talking like little by little. And then like we became back to Adlai and Sketch. And then Adlai got married. And then everything went crazy for Adlai. And then that's when, but at that time I was starting the homeless ministry and all that.
God, you all have come
Crazy.
so far. Yeah,
Still hanging in there too. So
yeah,
that's good. Wait, how about who else do you have on the list? I want to hear your list.
Cole, R-Dub, Richard and Terry, Freddie, Malix,
Freddie Longstrokes,
Freddie Strokes.
And there's some people I forgot. Y'all got to fill me in. My memory's like Joe Biden. I can't remember anything now. Go for it.
Lawana the love stripper.
Lawana the stripper. I wrote her down. I think she got a job at American Airlines where she can wear clothing now.
Wow.
Like,
awesome.
where you call and you're on hold for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hi, this is Lawana. What do you want?
Sweet. That's sweet, man. Lawana was so dope.
I used to drive home crying. I had such joy from laughing. I don't know about you guys. Did you ever have? I had so much joy.
I had to produce the bits, so it was like I've already heard this 45 times.
I know, but it's so funny.
Dude, that's the next thing I wanted. I don't know if you remember. I remember, Vic, I was horrible at typing, so I would write your guys' lines down, and you'd look at it and you'd go, and you'd go, this looks like the handwriting of a serial killer. Doesn't this look like the handwriting of a serial killer? And I was like, look, man, I have dyslexia. What am I supposed to do?
Look at my notes.
Did you write that?
It's all nice, readable.
I can't even write a check now. Good night.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
All
anyways.
Right. We probably should think about wrapping
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, you got your kid.
Yeah. Vicky, we got to save some more because we got to get you back on for sure.
Well,
Love
you know what?
guys.
Let's get her back on.
Love
Hold
you
on.
too.
This is exactly it because this is our last shout out. We're going to get her back on when we have Paco, Chico, and Vicky. Morning House Party in 3 iterations. The Morning House Party with Paco and Chico. The Morning House Party with Paco and Sketch. The Morning House Party with Paco and Adlai. Like, that is phenomenal. That's fireworks. What do you say, Vic?
Yep.
Oh, I'm in, guys.
Well,
I'm
invite
down.
your 2 favorite
I'm
boys.
down.
Invite the boys right now. Go ahead, Vicky.
You want to do it. Don't be a bunch of C's. Yatches.
All right. With that note, Adlai, you want to close us down?
Hey,
Thanks so much, Vicky
thanks
Valle.
everybody for watching. Thank you, Vicky, for being a part of the Chino Brothers
thank you
today.
so much.
Be on the lookout. Yeah, we're still going to continue to do more stuff like this. We want to get more of these people on here, Vicky, all these people. So make sure you follow us too. Subscribe, YouTube, Chino Brothers Podcast too, okay?
Man, that's
all right.
really good. I wish I would have said that.
Until next time, guys, we appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.